Bet you won't.
Doesn't win minute.
No balls.
Doesn't win minute.
Oh.
Here, let me stand next to the microphone and answer that question.
I understand it. Only because
we'll
I've
talk
talked to
about that
Jose
first.
recently.
Alright, so secondary microphone.
Does that mean my fart sounds will reverberate?
No, it means that if you want a
Turn the
really good
reverb on.
pickup on your fart sounds, you grab this one and hold it next to your ass.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Okay, bet.
And
Is this chair safe to sit in?
No, it's wet. It's
I
wet.
didn't-
the
yeah,
whole
I'm
time.
glad I
Don't
checked.
sit in there.
Okay.
I mean, it's safe.
Well, it doesn't look safe. But I checked.
Yeah, wet ass.
Wet ass.
I have some little wood pieces
Yeah.
that aren't really usable for anything else that
Well, you're more than welcome to employ their use.
Okay. Like, did you want to? I was imagining kind of getting.
I don't know.
Whenever
I
you
think
want.
so.
It's up to
Maybe.
you.
I don't know.
This thing's gonna.
Yeah, it is.
So. I do love how everybody chose mildly different.
That is cool. I thought about bringing a really, really big canvas and just like wadding it up into a ball, but I was
I
like,
thought about doing that
I can't
myself.
fit that in my car, so.
How is that constructed, Adam? Is it just squares of wood on squares of wood?
It's pretty much all wood.
Frame
yeah.
on frame
Yeah.
on frame kind of thing?
Except, are we allowed to talk about this now?
Yeah, I mean, that's recording. This is recording. Fuck them. Let's go.
The microphones themselves? No.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you can find the hole,
so,
buddy.
you want me to tell you a little bit about it?
Yeah.
Right now? Or?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
At this
So,
point,
oh my
we all know
gosh,
why-
this is like,
At this
Oh,
point, we
no.
all know why we're here.
this is like the Big Lebowski.
Don't piss on my rug.
Okay, so this piece, what's inside? First of all, you can tell it's kind of a vessel. There's this. The names of my senior show from college.
Oh, that's dope.
So, I had these big pieces. They were really taking up a lot of room and starting to become like a burden just to have anywhere. They were probably not. Well, I mean, no, it's not like anybody had ever bought them. So, I burnt them, saved the ashes and chunks and whatever, and built this thing because, well, I burnt it, and then years later, the college was having sort of like almost like a reunion show. And so it's like all these people from around when I graduated, and we were all supposed to bring a piece and fill up the gallery at school that way. This is what I chose to make. And so what I did is I have this writing system that I use for my journals and other stuff. And so I used, it's something I used all through college. And so I made a font for it so I could type out something. Made like a 3D model on the computer so I could figure out where these squares were going to go. I plotted it all out just in Excel. Yeah, I'll pick it up.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. And so yeah, and then I wrote a message about like my time in college, what it was like. I mean, all good stuff, you know. But in an interesting, I don't know, not turn of events, but it's interesting that over time, I mean, I guess this was like 7 years ago when I made this, and now this thing has become a bit of a burden. I mean, it's like I said, it's got a presence. I mean, it's heavy, it's painful to move. It's, you know, you have to dust it. Like the other day, I had to take a lot of time dusting it off and repainting it and everything. And you can see it's starting to bulge a little at the edges. So I'm going to continue the process. So, you know, like after we're done, I'm gonna
You're gonna steal our ashes.
not all of them. You're welcome to. I want some, because now it'll be interesting because it'll have other people's stuff mixed in with it. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost like a real life NFT with everybody's signatures on it.
Is this like
Nobody
donating your body
screenshot
to
it.
science? But
Yeah,
for
no,
art?
yeah. So that's it. That's pretty much it. And I'll try to say the title. Usually, my titles for things are pretty succinct, but I think the title is proof that I was. Oh, crap! Here, just edit this later. I'll look up the title in a minute.
You know I do so much in post.
I know. The title is proof, and then I'll look up the full title in a minute, and I'll just get something going.
Yeah, we can go around while you stuff your firewood in there.
Okay.
Jen, you want to go next?
My turn?
Yeah, you can go next.
All right, well, here's what I brought. Okay,
Show us to the class radio presentation.
here's what I brought. Just so you know. So this was just a practice piece, and I was kind of messing with putting a form together that did not fit. Like pieces and parts that don't go together, but I can make something that when it's finished, it fits. And so this is just practice, and I thought, you know, why not just bring it here? And you know, it's not a critical piece in my art. It's just, you know, but the more I look at it, the more I like it.
Oh no.
No, I'm serious. No, but it was just, I mean, you know. Do I have to destroy it?
I mean, that is why we're here.
Yes, but can I change my mind?
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. You grown ass.
Right. Okay.
if
Can I
you
think
want to
about
take it back home, yeah.
No,
I
I'm
can-
just thinking. Look, I guess I'm in the light now. I can see it, and I have other ideas coming to my mind from it.
Well, there's a couple more pieces of your work in the house. If you want to grab one off the wall, we can exchange it.
The one you just bought.
No.
Wait a damn minute.
Wait.
You got your money. What are you worried about?
Well, I worked hard on that.
I'm just being silly.
Too bad.
I know. Yeah, that's
sad.
yours. Do what you want to with it. But yeah, let me think about this.
All right.
Because I just picked one really fast, and I was like, well, this is just a doodle. So.
All right, Chloe, you want to clue us in on what you got going on?
All right. This is what I got.
Oh.
So I had 2 ideas in my head.
I think.
Similar to Adam, I have big art that is more of a burden than it is something that I appreciate. And it, surprisingly enough, is also for my senior thesis. Funny how that goes. So, I couldn't really fit it in my car, so I also decided that my other idea would be better. And my other idea is practicing ephemerality, which is very different than practicing detachment for me. So these are not pieces that I don't give a fuck about. They're pieces that I still appreciate, but I'm practicing letting them go and still appreciating them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a practice that's helping me mourn through like what I've been in the past year. So I think it's a healthy thing for me, and a way of expressing myself that is different. I don't know. So I'm more specifically, that's a lot of rambling to say that I am drawing art of the people who are here today. I'm not documenting it in any way. and I am letting it go, even if I like it.
Even if you like it.
Even if I like it, I cannot keep it.
It is predetermined to be destroyed.
Yes.
No matter what it is today.
I cannot allow myself to even take a picture of it.
Awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
could you draw yourself drawing the picture and then destroy it?
Well, I could.
Is that one step too far?
Well, I'm trying to think, do I like try to draw myself realistically, or just do I draw myself as like a frowny face with like a symbol of like anger and like frustration, or
Wow.
like, is it more of a feeling thing,
Would
or
that
is it
be-
like a,
Would that be representative of where you are today?
I mean, no, I'm not grumpy at all. I don't know why that came to mind, but here we are. That's the part of the practice, I suppose.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, go on ahead.
Yeah, I'll take over.
Yeah. I'll just keep rambling. You know how I am.
So I have, I think, a 4x12 rectangular piece that was a metal leafing experiment. There's black, white, and red, and a somewhat goldish metal on here. And I didn't like how it turned out for a few reasons, but mostly because I learned that if you don't seal over the metal, the friction between the wood surface, that is what I'm painting on, and the metal surface is a lot different, and your brush spreads out a lot. And it's really annoying because I'm a big fan of consistent line weight in pieces like this, and this doesn't have it where you go over the metal foil. So there's some inconsistencies that I don't really set with really well, and things I can't really aptly fix as a secondary function. So I really wanted to burn it.
Burn it.
Burn it for all the reasons listed above. I wanted to destroy it, but in reflection, I know the lessons that I've learned by doing this little thing. So it served its purpose. Next time I use metal leaf and decide to paint over it, how about you clear coat or coat it somehow before you go with the metal? Because consistent texture and consistent friction across the finish of whatever you're painting on is really nice for your line weight and brush stroke consistency. So that's what I learned. And since then, I've made 3 or 4 other pieces that I've employed this technique and then covered them so they all look great. This one's the turd that I learned from.
Learning turd.
The learning turd, yes. It's shiny and somewhat colorful, so still a turd. So
So my turn.
who wants to go first?
I'll be glad to. I don't know if I don't know if it'd be better to put this thing in and let it be the fuel for everything else, but or the other way around.
I think we should put mine in first
Okay.
and let it sit in there just long enough to realize that it's in trouble, and then you just come in like a damn wrecking ball with this thing and lay it right on top of it.
Like right when you're reaching for it, like I can still save it.
Yeah, and then just with the big one,
Okay.
Yeah,
ruin its day.
All right.
I'll just randomly throw in little pieces of paper that
All
I'm
right.
doodling on.
Sounds great.
Yeah, just like fuel to the fire, you know?
Well,
I'm keeping mine.
you're gonna keep it.
I'm gonna keep it.
So
No.
on second thought,
I see potential in it now.
so
Now that I've looked at it.
So
more.
redemption has struck. What potential do you see?
That I could take this farther itself. I have, of course, I took a picture of it like you suggested. So if I
Right.
destroy it, it's fine. But I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel right to let go of it right now.
Well,
And that's my honest thought. So that's
there you
my
go.
decision.
can't get much more genuine than that. So I think we have a minute for this kindling to burn down. Just so everybody has a sense of physicality to this particular conversation, we're all standing around on the back porch of my super secret studio, staring into my Weber grill as some of this wood burns down.
Wait, why are we waiting? Just toss it in.
Just go for it if you want.
Now I am
Yeah.
happening to make art that I strongly dislike, and I am continuing it because it will go in the fire.
Yes!
I hate this!
All right, it has started. Shit has hit the fire.
Oh, yes, I kind of want to see what happens to the leaf.
To the metal
Yeah,
foil.
Yeah,
I'm curious
to
too.
the, it's
So this is a wooden board. It's all wood. The frame, the paint surface itself It's a whole wooden thing, all on its own, all wood. Here's more of that time travel I was talking about, Jen.
Mm-hmm. I remember. I remember what you said, not what it meant.
Do you mind repeating it?
Oh, I was telling her how trees for photons are how they get caught in time travel scenarios.
Now wait a minute.
Because photons get captured by the trees, and then eventually, maybe the tree catches on fire and releases said photons. So it's in stasis in the tree, and it popped out 1,000 years later, and it's like, holy shit, what happened? Well, friend, time travel.
And do you
Neat.
realize
There is
that
no supporting scientific evidence for this whatsoever.
when
This
Thomas
is merely a
says
personal
this,
opinion.
when Thomas explains
I'm
this,
very confident.
he's giving it thought. You can
I'm
tell me
very
this is possible,
confident.
and I was really impressed by that, and that's what I got from it. That he's thought about this so much.
I
That
don't
it
hear
comes out
anybody
fluently.
contradicting, so
Yeah, neat. Is that gold leaf gonna go up or what? Is it
Yeah,
going?
it's gonna sting.
No, is it
Yeah, it
melting
will.
or anything? I can't see it from here.
It's not doing anything yet.
Can I
it
scoot
might
right here?
boil. I don't know.
Oh, that's hot.
Well, it's got an adhesive under it, so the adhesive
Fire.
might get bubbly and gross.
Is
and
it size?
It is. It's the
So it starts out toxic. So we're taking it up a notch.
yeah. We're
Burning
adding
it,
fire and oxidation. Yeah.
Anybody got any
boy.
hairspray?
Shit. It's
It's interesting. It's starting to go. Like the so the leaf is kind of almost boiling off.
I mean, I would expect it to go first. It is super duper thin.
You think that would be gone by now?
I don't think the surface is hot enough. Maybe the backside's super hot.
Yeah, it's turning black.
Oh, so it's
There it
gonna,
goes.
like, the fire's gonna come through the front.
I hope so.
Yeah, all
Dear
of a
God, I hope so.
all
Right
of
in
a
the
sudden.
middle.
Please,
Right in the middle.
please,
That would be dope.
please.
You still got a chance.
I'm committed now. I want to keep the arm hair I would lose if I reached in there.
Yeah.
Sounds painful.
I've lost arm hair before. It grows back. I just want to keep what I got right now.
Oh, here
Yeah,
it
I
goes.
respect that.
Thomas is going.
Yeah, it's smoking.
Yep. Look at it. Oh, I see it. It's bubbling.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
there it
that's-
goes.
Oh, it's turning colors. Oh my god, it's rainbow.
Oh, that's beautiful, Thomas.
Ah!
Quick, get it back!
Oh no! Now I want it back.
Too late.
Too bad.
You just want the moment back.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's why, yes.
Chasing that dragon. That does look really
That
cool.
was so satisfying. I'm gonna put mine in later. I'm gonna. No, I'm serious. Can
Add
I
a
take a
little fire.
picture of mine burning?
Of course.
I think that would be cool.
You're more than welcome to.
No, that was
Or I'll
great.
do it.
Can't
either
take a
one.
picture of mine.
I won't take a picture of yours.
You're not
Go
gonna.
ahead.
I'm just being. I'm just being ornery.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was beautiful, actually. And because Chloe prompted me to take a picture of mine, I don't feel like I'm gonna lose the image. So whenever it's my
You never
turn.
truly lose it. It's always in your heart.
I'm gonna go for it.
That's sweet.
Give me this. I want to grab the lid.
Deep
just in
thoughts
case.
from Chloe.
Go ahead.
Wait, what were you thinking might happen?
Just in case fire gets big, because
Oh.
that's logwood.
Yeah, it will. It will. It took so long to plane these stupid boards to
You're downwind then.
exactly 1 inch.
I'm downwind.
Boy!
Oh shit.
This is going to be a
Oh,
satisfying
get that.
thud.
Oh, that's looking good.
It's like a toasted marshmallow.
I think this is
We
going to
can
be the
make it
cover.
smaller.
I
It's
think
like
this
a-
is going to be the episode cover right
It's like
here.
a stack of
It's like an album
Minecraft
cover.
marshmallows.
Smells bad.
Minecraft marshmallows.
Oh my goodness.
Stinks. Lord, that stinks.
Encoded Minecraft marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling right now, Adam, about that?
Yeah. Is this a 16-bit marshmallow?
Let me 1, 6, 7, 8. No, I guess it's like
Mmm.
some math involved. I can't remember. I didn't realize at the time that I was making a rhombic dodecahedron, basically. I thought it was just like a bunch of cubes. And since then, I've gotten way more into making kind of like super geometric stuff. Ooh, I like the way the the letters are.
Recessed and still staying kind of white.
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
neat. On this side where it's getting more smoke and less fire, it's a lessened effect, but it looks really cool too.
Oh, there
Oh.
goes something.
Oh,
It moved.
shit's happening.
Yeah, no, maybe if it topples this way, I don't know.
Do you
I'll
have a
just-
fire
I'll just catch
extinguisher?
it.
Fire extinguisher.
I got a big old bottle of water.
Well, just I didn't know if you were prepared in case this does do something, you know.
Here, there's all these spray paint cans.
Yeah,
They've-
sure,
they've
that'll-
got
that'll
stuff
do
in
it.
them.
Yeah,
do
you
it.
know, compressed aerosols
Yeah.
next to an open source of flame.
Which is
You don't want to
liquid.
go deck.
I live dangerously, you guys.
We out here.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that looks really cool the way it is now. Kind of dark on one side and light on the other.
Yeah.
And
It's
the letters.
for
you
all
can
those
still
people
see.
that don't know how to properly roast their marshmallows. This is for you. Were those stickers or what were those?
Did you carve those? Or
No,
what?
I used a paper cutter to cut all the typographic symbols.
So that's just an adhesive backed cut piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah.
I can hear them scream as they peel themselves off.
Yo!
Yeah, basically.
Finally free.
We are here.
Exactly.
I have always wondered, just morbidly, you know, what it would,
Just
as one does.
what it would be like, yeah, just to see it burn. And that's not the whole reason. I think it would be neat to continue this.
Is it looking like it's gonna move?
I saw it shift.
It did shift.
Okay.
I think it's melting. I don't know.
Now I'm to really weird things that I'm enjoying when I'm making.
Go for it.
Ooh,
See, look at this guy.
that is weird.
Short legs, wide.
He's got a really big hand holding a beer can.
Yeah, that's one picture, but then there's a guy right here. And he's,
I want to think this guy's got gigantism or something. He
Okay.
has a really big hand.
maybe that is his hand right here.
I'm gonna go for it and shift it just so it doesn't topple.
Do what you got to do, friend.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, go for it. You have my,
Oh, wow, I can't even get it
my
to
full
move.
permission and express consent.
I mean, I
How
can
long do you
move
think
it.
that's going to take?
Oh, that's gonna burn for hours.
It really is.
That's good
It's
stuff.
all the so like the
I should have put a size requirement on this.
from
What, that it has to be big?
Yes, that it has to be here.
from the yeah from this cube out, it really is solid wood.
How are they joined? How are each of the layers?
It's just glue. 'Cause
Okay.
there wasn't really a way. I guess I could have pen nailed it or something.
I didn't know if it was all adhesive or you had some kind of mechanical fastener.
No. Ooh yeah, they're starting to burn off now.
This is the
Which is what I'm
combination
breathing.
of both.
Come over here.
Come over here, Adam.
What's that?
I'm
This
scared.
is both of you combined.
You're scared. You're all right.
I'm scared
We got
it's-
your back.
I'm scared it's gonna fall over.
It is, probably.
Well, if it falls over, it's not going to go very far. It is moderately contained. Moderately.
Kind of smells good, even though it stinks.
That's that morbid curiosity we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That seems toxic. What's it smell like?
You know, that's like the 94 cans of spray paint. They smell like vanilla or cotton or something like that. And I every
Oh,
time I
that's
get one
not
of these
good.
cans in my hand, I'm like, why? They didn't have to do us dirty like this. It smells so good.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why they would do this to us. It doesn't need to smell good.
No.
It's paint. I don't
No,
need it.
that's
That's
true. What brand is that?
it. 94.
94?
Mhm.
Okay.
Can we look at it first?
Can we look?
Yeah, sure. I don't like this one, so it's going first.
Okay.
I like it,
We've
but
got some really long forearms.
I'm excited
I have
to
some
see
AI
it.
fingers, but you know.
And this one's all right. I kind of like this one.
That's good.
Oh, that's cool.
Too bad.
Bye, me.
I know. I like this one the best, so I'm not really ready to let it go yet.
Give it 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is the combination of you and
I like that one.
Thomas.
Oh, weird. Ugh.
The giant
It's
hand.
kind of like, I like the shapes. They're so odd. I'm kind of working this out in other pictures that I'm doing, making like really long, weird faces. I don't know. It's like corporate art style meets soft pastel chalks.
Well, that's better than the current round of Kroger commercials, so I'm not going to say a whole lot. Plus, they got that T-Pain song in the background, so you know it's great.
It's painful.
Tallahassee painful.
Exactly. Yeah, I would keep that. Darn. Here we are.
Darn. Wads it up. Slowly walks towards fire.
Here we go! This is part of the experience. I feel like I'm going to get hurt. Okay.
Still looking really cool. Is it my turn or what?
If
You want me to wait till
well,
hers
we've all
goes?
went, so
I'm
whenever
gonna continuously go, so-
whenever you
Well, I
find
wanted to
yourself in
video
need.
mine so I can see what it looks like as it burns. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's
if I do
cool.
that?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Okay. I really don't want to get burned.
Well, how about you film it and I'll drop it in the fire for you. If you want.
Okay, yeah, you get burned. Use your arm hair.
Yeah, maybe.
You get burned.
Maybe.
You get burned.
Maybe.
You're good, Thomas. I can get the eye there. There you go. Thank you.
I make no claims. I only do what I can.
Oh.
Oh.
Bye. That actually felt good, you know?
Hell yeah. That's what we're
Didn't feel
here for.
bad.
The news report will be something. it'll be something like 4 local fools burned to death, destroying their own art.
I got my tomfool.
Always. This is my brand of foolery, everyone. Tomfoolery. It's going to be like 4 local artists cause neighborhood-wide fire
So how long are
On
we
Earth
gonna-
Day.
on Earth Day. Yeah.
Is this gonna? How long is this gonna burn? Are you just gonna let it go out, or are you gonna?
Well, whenever that breaks down enough where I can fit the lid on it, I guess is when I'll cap
Okay.
it off.
Whoa!
But
Little wind there.
But until then, I'm just gonna, leave it where it's at and let it do what it's gonna do because at this point, there's not a whole lot I can do about it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, it looks like it might move. I will admit this has been slightly more eventful than I anticipated.
And it's windy too. Really windy right now. Guys, I don't know if this is a good idea on a windy day.
Oh, it was the best idea.
Are you sure?
At least
I'm
it's not
confident.
raining.
How far ahead are you thinking?
It's a wet windy
Till
day
tomorrow.
now.
That's not far enough.
That's what she said.
Well, it did rain today. So
But
that's,
it's not now.
No, I don't want it to be raining right now. I have electronics out here.
That's true. That's true.
But in general, the earth is wet, so I don't feel too bad about it.
It's okay. We're okay so far.
Have you not ever done an underwater episode?
You know what? I haven't, and I'm trying so hard to do a live underwater episode
Live.
with my favorite underwater basket weavers. I gotta give them a call, ask them what it's like.
Looks like a building on fire. That is spooky.
One of my favorite artists that I found out about in college goes to different banks and he just like sits outside and paints them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has no intention of actually doing anything. He
Does
just
he
kind
light
of
them on fire? Or
No, he just sits there and paints the bank on fire.
That sounds-
oh, okay. I
That's
see what you're saying.
passively anti-capitalist, and I love
It is.
it.
And he's had the cops called on him multiple times just because they think it's like an open threat. And he's like, no!
Look at my body of work. It's all banks on fire.
Exactly.
I've never
It's
once.
much worse than that.
I've never actually set a whole bank on fire. Just I draw them on fire.
Just thinking about it.
A lot.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's
I
like
made a career out of it.
kids getting in trouble at school for drawing, I don't know, like
Whatever thing that makes people
Gun battle.
uncomfortable.
Well, I will say I tell my students they're not allowed to have guns in their piece just in case somebody, liability-wise. But I say swords, open.
Hell yeah, swords.
Yeah, swords allowed.
Thomas, I have asthma, so I'm going to scoot back a little
Do
bit.
what you gotta
I'm
do.
serious.
Just now mentioned that.
Well, I just smoked one, so a cigarette, a nicotine, but you know. But I don't know what's in that.
Look, people know what kind of program this is. I'm on it. I don't know. I don't know
I
what
know
else
it's
to
in my
say.
cigarettes. It's benzene. I need my daily benzene.
So we
I
can
don't.
see some actual wood on this thing now that some of the paint has burnt off.
Oh, I didn't realize it's.
What's
Is
the
it
other
kinda
side like?
Hooked on over there.
It's kind of resting on
Okay.
this side. So if it.
Wait, you didn't know that?
No.
Well, you got a better angle on it than he
What
does.
color is it on the other side, Adam?
White.
It's white on the other side? Can you get back
like
there?
a delicious marshmallow.
It's
It really
blurry.
is. Right here.
Thomas, this is interesting. What gave you the idea to do this?
This is not my idea.
Who's that?
This is Adam's idea. It's all his fault.
I'm
He hit
pretty
me up a couple
It
months
is.
ago and was like, "Hey, we should do this," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, we should."
So, Adam, what gave you this idea?
Let's put you on the spot.
You know.
I'm just curious.
Well, the origins of this piece, like I said, like the idea of burning stuff, not as a, it's not like we're, well, I'm not gonna burn this and like bury the ashes or something and pretend it never happened. I mean, my plan is to take some of these ashes and build some other sort of vessel for it, and sometime in the future probably do it again.
Very artsy.
It is. I mean, a friend of mine and I a long time ago talked about, like, what would the ultimate work of art be. So we and after a late night at Denny's, we determined that like the purest piece of art would be that like to kind of prove that no one was influencing it and you weren't doing it in any remotely like selling out kind of way. It's just like it's just about the art, man. That kind of thing. Well, you would have to create a piece like basically in the woods around nobody, so nobody knew about it, and then you would have to experience it yourself, and then you'd have to destroy it yourself. So from start to finish, no one, I know it's a challenge.
No, I'm
So-
thinking if
so
an
if it-
artwork exists in the forest, like, and makes a sound, did it ever really
That's
exist?
the shit I was
like,
about to say.
Can I just say that I did that?
It will make a noise, but not
Right.
a sound.
That's like if a tree falls in the forest kind of scenario.
Yeah, I didn't know how to phrase it, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we were in the same spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. It's real. It happened. Trust me. Here are the ashes in the new piece of art I made.
So that's part of it. And another aspect is just the idea of moving on. And
That's
I
good.
wouldn't have said this if you had chosen to not destroy yours just
Okay.
a few minutes ago. Because I'm not like, if you had decided not to, it would have been like, okay,
Okay, yeah.
don't do it then. But for me, anyway, like, am I brave or whatever enough to take all the time I spent making this?
How long did that take, Adam?
Took a long time.
Okay, there we go.
43 years!
Less than that, but
More than you're willing to admit, it seems.
yeah. I mean, yeah, a long time. I mean, it was the only thing I was working on for probably a month or two. Because I wasn't really doing much else. So, I don't know. It's just interesting to think about Irreversible Transcendence. No.
There it
No,
is.
sorry.
So part of that reference is just the private conversation we've had leading up to this particular event, which has been terribly entertaining, at least for me. And Adam chimed in with the genesis of the idea and the title for this particular episode.
Oh, yes.
So he double whammied on this one. I don't have a medal to give you, but
Well,
you should feel proud of that.
But the thing is, you actually pulled it together because I was like, what could you imagine?
Wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And I was like,
so-
yeah, let's make that happen. And I asked you, I was like, well, do you want me to plan it or do you want to pull it together? And he was like, no, you do it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
So here we are. I cast a wide net, got 3 wonderfully talented people, and here we are.
Well, you got to include yourself. So
Well, I mean, I don't really talk about myself with positive adjectives all that often. I suppose
it's
I
about damn
should.
time.
But either way, I'm privileged to be here and be the facilitator and able to present it to the public via the internet. So I feel privileged either way.
Seems like it's about 1/20th of the way done.
I was about to say, and of course everybody brought smallish things, and Adam's just like, no, this shit, and like, and just like tosses it in the fire. That was on accident, but on purpose at the same time.
I always like when that happens.
But yeah, it's one of them things, and here we are.
Okay, I think I'm gonna let this one go. This is not of anyone here. This is from my memory of a photo I have of me as a baby with my dad, and it's not at all accurate, but it's just from my brain, I guess.
Can I infer that your father had curly hair?
I mean, it wasn't that curly, but I appreciated that part of him. I always thought he had really cool hair.
Well, it looks like he has curly hair.
Because I think he has curly hair.
There
It
we go.
really wasn't that curly, but in my brain it was. Yeah.
All right, destroy it.
It's not destruction.
It's appreciation in a new form for me.
So is this when we get really heady about how destruction and creation are the same thing, and we're just subjectively experiencing it?
I don't think so.
I don't. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer the question, but I will say I don't think they're the same. But I think they're equivalent in.
As I shake my fists at the jet plane flying above us.
Is it time for the fart noises? Yeah.
Yes.
I think what makes them equivalent is, I mean, ultimately you're rearranging stuff, right?
Yeah, at the basis, very, at the most minimalist thing you can
excuse
say is
me.
things are becoming
I'm
rearranged.
sorry.
Like,
You know, at Walmart, they've got these new jalapeno pinto beans. Oh, they are to die for.
I mean, what is a fart but rearranged gases and molecules and
It's just
It's very
air.
similar to what we've got going on
yeah.
here. Excellent example, thank you.
You're welcome, anytime.
It wouldn't be the KAAMP without a few fart
Whoa,
jokes in here.
I wish they had a competition at the county fair for who could make the best fart noises, and it could be dissolved into or not dissolved, but divided into
Wet and dry.
Well, we could do that. You could do the longest
you'd have
fart
different
noises,
categories.
the highest pitch fart noises. Who can make the best armpit noises versus who can make the best forearm noises?
Can we also do this right after the pig calling contest?
Yes, and right before the hot dog eating contest.
Oh God, yes.
Maybe it needs to be after the hot dog contest.
I can do a decent.
Oh.
No, hang on. It's addictive when you really get it going, though. But I shan't.
I mustn't.
I shall refrain.
Well, I shan't.
Noises for everyone.
Yep, that's that's one of my talents. I almost brought my harmonica, but then,
All right, so next time you're on the show, you got to bring
Oh.
fart noises and harmonicas. I'll get my.
What about the triangle and the recorder?
I will get my jaw harp and we'll have a grand old time.
Oh, yes.
It's sitting in my bedroom right now.
You can't play the triangle and the recorder at the same time.
Oh, yes, I can.
How?
Well, I play the triangle with my feet and the recorder
Oh,
with my
well.
hands.
Well, everybody, this is what we really came here for.
And I can also play the recorder and the harmonica like almost in the same, like at the same time, but not quite.
Do you
You-
put
you
the
just gotta-
harmonica at the end of the recorder?
I have done that. I've also done like where you hold the harmonica and then you quickly switch it out with the recorder. So it's almost like the same sound. No
Okay.
breaks in between.
So now what I'm imagining to make this more efficient for you is one of those harmonica holders that sits, on your shoulders,
Absolutely.
but it's holding a harmonica and a recorder flute on each end.
Yes.
So no matter which direction you're going, you can hit it with a flute.
I
Left,
need
right.
one of those. I would also like a gong. That's been on my Amazon list for a while, but those are kind of big.
You want to share the URL to your wish list?
No, I don't actually. I don't.
Do you want a gong or a tam-tam?
Yes.
The gongs are usually small, but tam-tams are...
Oh,
She needs a giant one. It needs to equal her height.
that would be cool.
Hey, Thomas, if you find out that's wrong, will you just edit that out?
Yeah, I'll edit that out. You better
Okay.
believe it.
When you do the fact check
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, all that work I do in post. Yep, I'll get that right out of there for you. Yep.
I'd like to take this time to address the listeners of my previous appearance on this podcast when I mistakenly mentioned that I'm dead serious here, but when
Sunglasses came off, guys.
when I previously mentioned that the Traffic Advisory Network AM station number was 1640, I really don't know what I was thinking. It's 1620. I mean,
Oh my.
come on. What? I don't know where my head was
And that's
at.
been on your mind for a year?
It has been on my mind for over a year.
Have you lost sleep over this?
No, but
Okay, good.
He was
but
thinking about it.
I sleep well, but I
I was kind of
I worry in the day.
Well, you're the first I've ever had anybody admit to being a little bit worried about what they said on this program.
Oh my god, no. Don't even get me started. I did lose sleep over mine.
Did you?
A little bit, maybe.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah. That's why I kept messaging you about it, because I was like, oh, is it coming out? I'm so nervous.
Wait, you didn't listen to yourself, did you?
Oh, yes, I did. Like, at least 3 times. And I sent it to everybody I knew just for validation. And, it wasn't validating when they listened to it. And that made it almost worse. But at the same time, like, I just, I live with that every day.
Well, I'm sorry all those nice people you thought were nice didn't validate you.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
Well, it exists. So therefore, in my opinion of this program, it is validated. And as far as I'm concerned, there are very few opinions that matter on this podcast. And most of them are mine. They don't matter. They don't matter.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Well-
I can have strong opinions, and they don't need to matter. That's just fine.
You're more than welcome.
Maybe I can throw my opinions in the fire.
If
and
you write your
appreciate them
opinions,
with
you can
the
definitely
opinion.
destroy them.
Maybe I should just start that.
Adam, I think this really speaks to your craftsmanship. As we're still sitting there watching this thing burn.
Well, I did build it to last. Build.
Was that part of the
Yeah,
criteria
I
for the
built it
thing?
to
Like, it could withstand a nuclear war?
It had to be like cockroach material.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you wanted to be inside by now, didn't you?
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. There's only so much predictability in any scenario where you gather more than one person. So yeah, it's fine.
It makes me think, though, when I saw your piece burn, it did look really cool.
It did. So should I take a blowtorch to the next piece I do with some metal leaf? And
I mean, you won't ever know unless you try it.
just go ahead and twist my arm. Why don't you?
Oh, I will.
You mean twist your wrist?
Nah! Yeah, twist my wrist. Why don't we?
Oh.
So
Do it. Make a piece that's intended to be burned
and then displayed
and record it.
So
How do you know she's a witch?
so one of my pieces, now that you say witch, the witch doctor, actually I cut some pieces out of it and torched the edges. I don't know if you ever saw that one or not, But I torched the edges of the holes that were in the canvas, and it ended up looking really neat.
Oh, cool.
I described it as very fever dream-ish because it was kind of ethereal thing, a very abstract form of a face of someone that looks like they know some shit and are the ones that live on the outskirts of the village that you really call people when you need help and you don't know who else to call. So that one's the witch doctor. And
oh, no. I do know what you're talking about.
but
Yeah.
that one ended up the
Yeah.
fire and the scorch and the burn ended up being a compliment to it in a way that I wasn't really expecting. And it is now hanging in the home of a good friend of mine, and I'm happy with where that one ended up. So
Cool.
it crossed my mind the other day that I should actually get a tattoo of this painting because I like it so much, and that's the first time I've ever had that thought. So I'm still sitting with that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool.
I'm really proud of that one, and it was just one of those things. You know, every now and again you make something, you're just like, oh shit, look at this, I did that, and that was one of those things. And it couldn't have ended up somewhere better than where it's hanging right now. So its life cycle is complete, and I'm happy about it for once.
And getting a tattoo of something is like the opposite of doing this.
Yeah, it is. But the person that has a Zamboni tattoo also said that. So, you know, I enjoy marking my body with the inks and the needles, and I have a very select but yet small list of criteria for what fits.
If somebody could figure out how to do it with just the inks, I would be inked up.
But you're not a needle person, it sounds like.
No. Okay, I need to sit down.
Here.
No, I'm cool.
I drew, but
Oh.
instead of making your head proportionate, I just made your hat proportionate.
That's cool.
So now you have a funny looking head, and your
No,
head
it's-
doesn't look like
You're
that.
hiding your dreadlocks
I'm
in
a
there. is
little
what happened.
rusty, yeah.
You're hiding
Yeah.
your dreadlocks in there.
with a little tiny face. Interesting here, and like corporate graphic design fingers,
Wait, what?
just like last time.
What does that mean?
Oh, you're not familiar with corporate
got-
graphic design?
You got sausage fingers.
I mean, unfortunately, I am, but I'm not sure what you mean by it.
It just is like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm an Adventure Time character, or...
Sausage fingers.
Oh, okay.
I do like the shirt on that. Maybe
Another piece is going in the fire.
I'm gonna put it on the other side, so hopefully that will aid your piece and not burn my hand.
I should have come by last night.
It started this early.
it.
I mean, you were more than welcome to. I didn't know we were going to be this involved.
That's all right.
I don't know what I was thinking. I know what wood is and what fires are. You know,
Yeah, go right ahead. Let me get that out from behind you. Well, you know, the one thing I'm not surprised by is that I am surprised. So, you know, we all brought reasonably small things here, and then Adam's just like, yep, I got this piece of shit. Look at it. It's huge. And one of us was bound to do it, and I'm not surprised it was you and in any way.
You really think it's a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is now.
I mean, look at it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Look, we ruined it all together, all of us.
Look what you've done. By the way, it's on fire now, listeners.
Thoroughly on fire. It's not fully involved. They won't say anything about this at the Firehouse subs, but it is on fire. Also, your shoe choice today, you look primo comfort.
Oh,
No
yes,
kidding.
thank you.
They're purple.
This is my weekend best. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to get another beer.
Would you mind to grab me one of whatever you grab?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I guess.
Sure. I'll double my payload for you. I'm still just so entertained that the beer can made it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad it did. It could have just like, you know, not. Ooh. Burn him!
Oh my gosh, what have you done?
I shifted it just
What have you done?
I shifted it ever so slightly. I tilted it upon its axis.
I leave the porch for 30 seconds.
Wasn't even that, and here I go messing with stuff. It's all my fault. I gathered everyone here.
This is going to be your first 30-hour long episode.
I didn't intend to run this every moment that shit's on fire, but now that you say that, sounds like a really good way to
Spend
pad
30
my
hours.
runtime.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done a 30-hour podcast before. I hope y'all need something to fall asleep to, the sound of crackling fire. After about the first 2 hours, this is all it's going to be.
That would be kind of a fun thing. You know, like those Netflix relaxing fire, whatever videos. But it's like that, but it's you just burning, right?
The band Wolfpack funded one of their tours with an album of silence. And
Seriously?
yeah, so they named it like sleep music or something like that, and they're like, play this when you go to bed because it's silence.
It won't wake you up.
So they got all the money from the streams, and they decided to go on tour and play live music
That's great.
to game the Spotify algorithm. So
That's dope. I love that band.
yeah, I'm a huge fan, and they're great. So I was just like, you know, fuck them, corporate bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I am on the corporate bullshit.
So Spotify changed their policies after that.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Thought I would add a little
yeah, have at it.
under
It's-
here
yeah.
to maybe speed up the process.
Listen, buddy, this is on you at this point. You do what you got to do. But yeah, Wolfpack did that, and I think it's a wonderful idea to game the corporate algorithms that try to keep you down. And they went on a big old tour,
That's awesome.
and they actually played music on this tour, not the album of silence.
Everybody just gets up there and like pretends to play instruments.
People cheering.
Yeah, silently.
It's like that scene in Pootie Tang where Chris Rock is the radio DJ, and Pootie Tang let go of that song that was all silence, and he's dancing to silence, and he dances so hard he just passes out in the studio. Everybody,
That's me,
if y'all
yeah.
haven't seen Pootie Tang, go
No.
see Pootie Tang.
Okay. Is it in the theaters right now?
It just came out.
Oh, okay.
This movie from the early 2000s just came out in theaters.
Oh.
Sounds good.
It's directed by Louis C.K. So you know it's great.
Uh,
There are no visible penises in this movie.
oh, well,
Hmm.
I don't want to see it. No, wait.
Maybe it's not worth the ticket money then.
You can find it on the internet for free.
Perfect. Then maybe it is.
Daddy Tang always had that belt. That make more sense when you see the movie.
Okay, noted.
It's a big plot driver. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have nothing to compare that to right now in my head, so it's just existing.
So it's one of those movies that's like Black Dynamite and Undercover Brother.
Okay, I think I've watched.
It's
don't
a
remember.
black exploitation spoof movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we've got all but one side of this Minecraft marshmallow roasted. I have no desire to turn it.
Let it do its thing. Let nature take its course.
Time travel for photons.
Right.
That's a neat idea.
That's all it is. that's as much time and energy as I've given it.
No, it's a neat idea.
Well, I'm pretty sure I was sitting around a fire one night and it's like, man, the photons that help this wood grow are just now getting let loose. How old was that damn tree? You know,
Oh, no, I see.
at the time it made total sense.
Yeah.
And right now it makes no less sense, but it doesn't make any more sense now since I've sat with the idea for like half a dozen years. It's just an idea. I would love for some physicist or scientist on light to tell me that I'm wrong. That way I can feel justified in being stupid. But whatever. Till that day comes. Fart.
Yeah. I was thinking about making some more fart noises.
I mean, yeah, the fart noise. You don't want dead air, so.
Right, so I'm gonna fill it with fart noises.
See, there's this really nice function in Audacity where I can truncate the silence, and it basically just cuts all the silence out of it. It's really nice. I don't use it, but it works.
I'm gonna make it more difficult for you by adding intermittent fart noises.
Well, don't stand right next to the fire. If
Well,
you're making...
but
No, the good microphone is right here. Grab that one.
I was
and put
just
it next
concerned because obviously all these farts are.
is this thing on?
To your ear. God bless.
Tap it,
Walk
real,
right in-
real hard.
No, the listeners, no, the listeners.
Gosh.
Rude. And here I am trying to provide quality programming.
Are you saying this isn't quality?
You all.
It is of a quality.
Right. I would win the contest in the fair. That's why it needs to happen, just so I can win it.
Listeners would not believe the flames that were released from that actual fart just a second ago.
It's like a blowtorch.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That, but farts.
And now Adam's piece is like magically gone. You're welcome.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that happened a lot, all at once.
I could also try tap dancing. I teach tap.
On the you do not. Really?
I do. Yes, I do. I'm actually quite good at it.
Well, I wasn't doubting that. I just didn't. You don't. That's not something you generally guess.
Tap is a
about.
dying art form, you know. I know.
Yeah, it's like Latin.
Right. Except Latin's a bit more useful.
I was only saying I would not have guessed that any more than.
Are you saying she does not look like a tapper?
Yeah. What are you saying?
Is it tapper or tapist?
I've never heard tapist, and I hope I never hear it again.
So those purple
Ugg
suede
slippers.
Uggs,
The talisman purple
those
Ugg
aren't.
slipper.
I mean, they're tap certified, right?
No, but my feet are.
They went to school for tap. The shoes did, yes.
Yes.
they got the
They have a
industry
certificate.
certification.
Yeah, they have a certificate that I had professionally framed. It
For
like
participation.
right. No, they did well. They earned like a gold star, at least 3.
She hovers above the ground and the shoes do all the work.
Right.
Yeah. Don't we all?
No.
I don't know how you get through the day, but I let my shoes do all the work. I feel like this is very representative of sitting and watching any fire. There'll be bursts of conversation and moments of quietness.
It is. And you know what they say?
I don't.
Oh.
Regale me.
Who's they?
The people.
Which people?
The people.
Oh God, not this again.
The people.
A watched piece of art never burns.
Right.
I don't think they say that.
I don't know.
Is that similar to pasta?
I might have said it.
I'm going to say
exactly.
it now, but I have other pieces that are just made out
go
of
get
paper.
them. Go get them too. We'll add them.
I'll tell you what, by the time you run there and run back, it'll still be on fire.
We need one of those like little SpongeBob moments where it's like 3 eternities later.
That's what the cover episode, or the cover art for this show should be.
It might, yeah.
A time card from
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yes, with like a sticker of Adam's art cut out right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm glad we got the neighbors with their circular saw in the background. At least they're not hacking up lungs like they normally are. Legit though, they sit on their back porch and like smoke cigarettes, and I hear them try to get rid of one of, or both of their lungs at any given time.
Oh, they don't need those old things.
It must be awfully rough in there because he tries to get it out all the time.
He's just doing a new vocal exercise. It's like really important when you're starting to learn yodeling.
There's nothing stupider than just inhaling a bunch of toxic fumes. Am I right? Oh wait.
We don't know they're toxic. People have told us, but we don't know.
I think
How do
they
you
might
trust them?
be. I something about this tells me that they might be. I can't tell you what it is, though.
There's something about
There's something about it. It's the vibes.
it. Toxic vibes.
Toxic vibes, bro.
Goodness.
We could improv a silent film.
That sounds like the worst idea for a podcast ever.
I'll be here all night. Because that is visual burn.
I'll be here all night. Well, if we made an audio commentary track, like director's cut commentary
Yes.
to the silent movie,
Uh-huh.
that would be the podcast with a film, adjacent.
I would watch that.
Right.
Listen to that.
And it's not got us talking, it's just us, like, a cappella making the sounds.
Of a fire?
No, of whatever our silent film is. We're not, like, telling people what's going on. We're just, like, singing along,
Wait,
But there's no
Like
words.
like a musical sign?
Yeah. Like, we're start
It
singing.
would come across the screen. Adam puts his piece of art into the fire, and then he would be like, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
We could be scatting.
I scat a lot when I woke up this morning. I think I've scatted out for the day.
Wow.
I just get out of bed and make noises.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, God, again. Ah.
That's my favorite track. That's track 35 on the scatting about.
My day.
No, wait. No, I gotta come up with something good for this.
You have it in you, I believe it. I have faith.
Scat's cabooshin' about old age, man. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll call it.
And she's out, everybody. Exit stage left.
Yeah, maybe I won't be here.
Don't drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Yeah, I gave up on that one a little bit.
So, Adam, was there any sort of cohesive inspiration for the language you put on this thing? Because this is like a shorthand you use in your personal notes, right?
Yeah, shorthand is a better. It's not like a language. It's a writing system. Yeah, it's something that I mentioned it on the previous on episode 16. No, I don't know what episode.
Well, let me look now.
No.
He brought it up. I'm gonna look.
So, yeah. So just like Leonard O's writing system, and it's just a way to. Because I noticed a lot of people thought,
Leonardo?
is that his name? What?
We were talking about this mysterious film
What?
earlier.
You
Actually,
cannot.
Adam, is episode 8.
Oh my god.
Not really. Episode 8.
Episode 8.
It's like so you could say like one of the founding episodes.
Yeah. It's like 2 years ago.
Oh boy. No. So Leonardo.
The turtle?
We're just gonna make this keep going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep starting.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know about him. Maybe, but yeah. So it's what am I trying to
Oh
say?
yeah,
More of those
fart
noises.
noise.
More of
fart
those
noise.
noises.
Yeah, it's just like a way of he asked a question. He left the room. He
Well,
left the porch.
I'm listening.
Okay, so that's right. We're recording too. So
My bad. I have to be a human and go service my body. Go
oh
urinate.
goodness,
I should have
Well,
announced it
okay,
first. I'm
just
so sorry,
somebody
everybody.
Piss
pause
party, piss.
I'm gonna go pee.
pause it.
You know what? Yeah, you go do that.
So it's a writing system. It's for being able to write stuff in my journals and sketchbooks, and so be able to show people, and just in case either it mentions the person who's looking at the sketchbook, or it's just got something, I don't know, that I don't feel like sharing, I can sort of share it. And yeah, it takes it out a level. Hey, Thomas left. we have total control of this podcast
Oh
right now.
boy, I've been reenacting a like improv silent film over here by myself.
I know, but nobody knows.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point of ephemerality is doing a silent film with no one knowing. That's
By
true
yourself.
ephemerality.
In the bathroom, in the dark. So, the title of this piece, I had to look it up. I've been looking on my rectangle right now to find out what the title is because I forgot. It's Proof That I Was Where I Said I Was at the Time I Was There. Or Proof, for short. Yeah, exactly.
I'll just call him Proof.
Oh.
See, I didn't think about this. Now what can we do?
I don't know. This is like you've been given a race car or a big rocket or something.
I wonder what this will sound like.
Beer can on glass vessel.
2023.
I survived.
Oh, good.
Good. Yeah, we weren't doing anything we shouldn't have.
Right.
We're running your podcast into the ground.
I mean,
right
I
now.
do that twice a month.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fine.
Well, okay. Ooh, it's starting to split here.
You may be
See?
running it into the ground, but
We've
I'm
got some-
tapping it into the ground.
We've got some, what is this, the technical term? Delamination?
Yes.
Was it laminated to begin with?
No.
No.
So it's
Can
not
it delaminate if it's not laminated to begin
Probably
with?
not. But, you know.
As a generic term for separation of things?
It's falling apart.
It is.
What you said.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke it with this rusty metal
Go for
object.
it. Go for it.
I like how you pick up just the riskiest thing you can find. Like, hey, this could give me tetanus. Poke, poke, poke.
Poke the fire with the tetanus vessel. Ready?
What? That's not going to do anything.
Well, maybe I want to try.
This has crossed the point. This is dangerous now.
You're running it.
Why I oughta. Oh look, I could get little flakes off of it. This isn't very hopeful.
Well,
Only
you're
because I'm afraid
grown.
to
We
get
had to
burned.
trust that you would reach this conclusion on your own.
It is kind of funny because, you know, like in a gallery setting, you want people engaged with your work, but you certainly don't want them
Like,
messing
fiddling with it.
Yes.
So,
Unless you do.
how would you have displayed this in a setting?
Well, I mean, when it was in the gallery for that show, it was on a pedestal.
Just a pedestal sitting as it was
Yeah.
pretty much when you brought it in?
Yeah.
Maybe you should try like hanging it from the ceiling or something.
You'd need some joists and supports and things, I think.
I don't think ceilings have those.
Okay.
No ceiling I've ever seen in my entire 32 years of life had a single one of those.
Of
Never.
this?
No,
No,
joists or
joists.
supports.
Oh, okay.
No, not once. No trusses, no joists.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, but you did do that thing where you lived in a yurt for like 20 years, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I think you mentioned that before.
I've definitely mentioned it before.
Wait a second, how old are you?
See, I lost count. That's why these 20 years are just 20 years.
Oh,
No big deal.
right.
You
That
know.
happens when you get old and decrepit. Maybe that's why you wanted to do this. Is
The youngest person in the room can say shit like that.
Yeah, right. Maybe I will.
Maybe you did.
And again, just for listeners, I have no white in my beard, so I assumed people would be wondering, but
Yeah, I don't have any in mine either.
yeah.
I've got
It
one.
feels
I've
good.
got one white hair in my beard. One, and I feel like I'm gonna have one white hair in my beard until I turn about 65, and then every hair on my head's gonna be white. Boom.
Santa,
Well, no.
you don't like that?
I don't know how I feel about that right
Okay, that's fair.
now. Maybe when I
That's
get
a while.
closer to being
That's a
paid as a
while.
mall Santa, I can feel better about
Yeah.
it. But to the oldest generation of my family, we're all redheaded, and now they're aged, and their hair's white. So
Yeah.
I feel like one day I'm just gonna wake up and all my shit's gonna be white, and I'll just
Yeah.
have to be okay with it.
I mean, you could always dye it red again, but it wouldn't be the same.
You're right, so I won't.
Right.
I've never dyed my hair ever, period.
Oh,
So
can't relate.
I don't. It's because I'm such a fan of my natural hair
Yeah,
color. I
that's
just don't want
good.
to change it.
That's good.
But, you know, if I ever get tired of little old ladies in the hair salon, I'll be like, oh, Sonny, you don't even know how much money I spent to get hair like yours. That's the minute I will change it.
Yes.
When I get tired of that, that's the minute
Yeah.
I'll change it.
So you're saying you love that?
Mm-hmm. It's nice being the object of desire for all the old ladies at the salon. You better believe it. Sonny, let me tell you. Yeah, I just love hearing that. Love it. It's the best.
My mom does hair, so I'm familiar with the little old hair
Oh,
salon
Did
ladies.
she tap too?
No!
So now I need to have explained the divergence of your life to why tap became a thing.
Well, I started it when I was 3 years old.
Before you could make your own decisions.
Right.
So you
And-
started it.
Well, I started doing it. I mean, I did have the decision whether to just stand there and not do it.
Oh,
That's incredible.
That's
You know?
fair.
I didn't start-
She said, I'm going to play along. Tippity tap, tap, tippity
Yeah,
tap.
I said, now what is this?
I didn't start dancing until I was 5. And I
Okay.
was so terrible.
Well, when you started walking at 4.5, it was the next logical progression.
That's true. And then when I got out of diapers at 6,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Please continue your story. It was so much.
We had to take it there.
It was an actual story. So
Or was it?
No, it's
What was
history.
I talking
Isn't it?
about?
Tap dancing at 3.
Yeah, and then I just kept doing it, and I had some really cool teachers who made me feel really good about my performances, and they were really good performances. And then I kept doing it, and then randomly in college, a dance studio went, "Hey, our tap teacher can't come back. Will you teach?" And it was like 2 weeks before classes started,
No.
and I was like, well, I guess.
Well, I guess.
And I haven't stopped, and I've become really invested and really proud. And every year I try to make really hilarious routines along with the really good ones. Specifically, my adult tap dancers always have a really fun time. The first year I got them to do recital, they were tap dancing nuns, and they danced to Harry Styles.
Here for it.
Yes. And the next year, which was last year, they were punk rockers that danced to Only the Good Die Young. And there's like a lady who's almost 80 in that class who had a lime green mohawk that was probably as big as she is. And
Go her.
I know. She's wonderful. And then this year they're dancing the yakety sax as like rodeo cowboys, and the whole plot is about this like fish. Should I go in?
You hear this? Rodeo cowboys? Fish?
Should I go into the plot of the rodeo cowboy fish scenario?
I'm intrigued. I would
Okay,
be
okay.
upset if you didn't.
Okay, so we have our stage names. Wait, are you saying you'd rather me not? Because I
I'm
won't.
not being facetious. No,
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I want to hear your story.
Oh. Sorry, that was very aggressive.
Tell me what you said right now.
Me? I want to hear your story.
Oh, well, in that case, so there's me as Old Trav, and there's Daisy, and there's Clyde, Little Joe Russell, and Haas. And those are the people who are in this routine. So, Old Trav is flirting with Daisy.
And these are characters, right?
As a Daisy gets flirted with.
Yes, exactly. And Clyde is very upset because Clyde wants to be with Daisy. So Clyde is over there telling all the other buckaroos about how he's gonna get Daisy.
Buckaroo.
So he comes by, and I think we changed it from lighting my butt on fire with a candle to slapping me with a wet fish.
Is this more fart humor or?
Always. And then I'm like, yow! And I like run away, and then Clyde also throws the fish at me, so I end up picking it up. So we have me over in the corner with a fish. We have Clyde, who has now moved towards Daisy, and Clyde and Daisy are having a moment of flirtation. But unbeknownst is Haas, who is Daisy's older brother, who comes scuffing forward. And then we have a moment of like, oh God, what's happening? Who's where? And then we all start tap dancing. And then there's a fight between Clyde and Haas with the wet fish. And then we all start tap dancing again.
This is like a Seattle's Kraken game. This is what this is.
And that's only half of it. So then, hold on, let me get my thoughts together. So we have the fight, and then we tap dance some more, and then we all get ready to like partner dance. So then I dance with little Joe Russell, and then I dance with Haas, and then I get to dance with Daisy again. Oh, what a wonder. And then as I'm dancing with Daisy, Clyde is coming forward to dance with Haas, and then as Clyde starts to move towards Daisy, Haas beats him with a wet fish. And then Roscoe comes out of the background.
I hate to interrupt, but I need to know the scale of this fish.
Oh, it's like a cat toy. It's about the size of my phone.
Oh, it's a cat toy? It's a literal cat toy?
It looks like a real fish, but it's just a stuffed.
Okay,
It's just a stuffed fish. Yeah.
So this is, on the scale of fish, this is a small fish.
Yeah.
I was thinking you was beating him with like, you know, a salmon or something like 4 feet long.
I mean, if I find a stuffed salmon, I will buy it and we will use that. So then we have me dancing with Daisy, Clyde battling with Haas for Daisy, and Roscoe comes out of the background and steals the fish from Haas. And then we're all like, oh God, what's happening? So most of us run away in fear. But then Roscoe goes over to Daisy and like proposes with this wet fish. And Daisy's like, oh my God, would I ever? And then she takes a giant bite out of the fish. And then we all skip around to be a part of their wedding party, and we all pull a fake flower out of our ass, and we're in their wedding party.
That sounds amazing. That's
We'll see if it carries over in 2 minutes, because the routine's only 2 minutes. So
that's a lot for
all
2 minutes.
that happens in 2 minutes?
we'll see.
There are parts of my life that are very action-packed 2 minutes.
Golly.
You didn't have to say all that.
Well, that sounds like a very well scripted 2 minutes. My 2 minutes are never scripted.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Sounds like you put thought into every second of this where I don't.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. It's always fun. So.
Well,
Yeah.
when is this production going to be live and for the public consumption?
There will be one performance.
Just one?
Yep, just one. May 20th. At the Clayton Center for the Arts.
Okay.
At 1 p.m.
Yeah, I got to see this.
Oh God.
I got to see this.
Oh,
We'll be in the
God.
back like, yeah! Fish!
I need to get a bigger fish then.
Yeah, because I'll have to see it from the back.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the fish will look small, yeah. And it needs to look realistic, but also not be something that's going to hurt people when you slap them with it, because they're going to get slapped with it. Wait a minute.
Wait, does he have a fish in there?
That's what I'm wondering. Something fishy is going on here.
Quick, he's gone.
Oh yeah, let's try the
All
tapping.
this
net.
freedom.
Actually, like a stereotypical fish?
What?
What if it wasn't actually a stereotypical fish?
Oh my gosh.
But like a 3 foot long stuffed shark.
Well, this is the size I need.
That's the scale I had in my mind.
How long
As
is
she
this
makes
thing?
a thrusting motion
Hey,
with the
no,
stuffed
no,
shark.
that's not what I was
The
doing.
There's a
slapping motion.
Well,
It was a underhanded slapping.
That's kind of lazy.
Hey! Well, I've got a wiggly
Listen,
shark
listen.
in my hands.
listen, if
Let's
this
workshop
if
this
this shark
fish
will
slapping.
work, I will happily donate this shark to your theatrical production. It is technically a fish.
It is technically a fish. I wonder if it will read as fish or shark.
Mm.
I
It's
think
definitely gonna read as shark.
I
I need you to know I got that at the Chattanooga Aquarium when I was like 9.
Oh, well, then you cannot donate this.
Oh no, but I can.
How long is this thing?
I feel like it's a good 3 feet. At least.
No,
at
2.5.
At least 2.5.
It measures with like 2.5.
Yeah, puts the nose on the ground halfway up the thigh. That's 2.5 feet.
My legs are 36 inches long, so.
So she has a
Yes.
ruler.
Yes, I do. Yes. I will not take your aquarium fish, but now I know what I need to order.
There you go.
Thank you.
Happy to help.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Well, Adam's piece isn't even halfway done, so we'll
It's not
continue.
remotely done. So did you? I think it's
Account
on-
for this? No, in no way.
I think it's on autopilot now.
I do
but
too.
It's settled. So
Well, it's got a good bed of coals. I appreciate you bringing the amount of kindling you brought. It seemed to really set us on the right path. I also really enjoy how this is burnt down and all the hard edges have rounded. It's very
Yeah, it looks
pleasing.
pretty cool, actually. Maybe
But-
you should try this more often.
How about you just grab it and take it home?
Yeah.
Can I come back tomorrow to get it?
Yeah. And then you can put it on display in whatever ruined state it's in. Clear coat over the patina and let it ride.
That's cool.
I won't be upset.
Oh, well, it looks like I did use some pin nails.
I did see the one on the
I'm
corner
sorry.
there.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So now that we've all thoroughly, and well, some of us have thoroughly destroyed things, how do we feel about the things that we've donated back to nature in some lovely way?
I feel good.
I feel like there's a lot more than I need to get out of my system. That the pancake breakfast I go to on Sundays has a fire, and I feel like this would be a good practice to do regularly rather than just like
A one-off
experiment with it
thing.
one time. Yeah, it would be a good like regular release of feelings.
I mean, if you're talking about kind of sketchbook things, if you think about it, I don't know. I always find sketchbook things to be kind of, they can be a little depressing when I look at them later, because I look at them and I'm like, I never really did anything more like this, and it's more like just having a sketchbook on the shelf is almost better, because it's like, yeah, I have the memories of all those things and
No.
there's potential there.
I've never been
I
particularly
appreciate that.
attached to my collection of sketches.
Oh, cannot relate. I
Well-
feel the need to make them all beautiful.
Well, so I have plenty of things. So out of the things that I've kept, because I feel in some way attached to them, I've kept a lot of the things I drew in middle and high school just as reference as where I was then.
Yeah.
And then you guys have seen my body of work now, so you know what I'm into more as an established adult, you know.
Yeah.
So knowing where I kind of started versus what I'm continually working on in the now is a good point of reference for me, and I really enjoy the contrast. It's totally different. Some of the subject matter is the same, but like 75% of what I do now is totally different than what I did then, if I had to put a random number on it. And that's good, because I see the growth, I see the change in subject matter, I see the change in context. So it's refreshing to have that point in time earmarked as, you know, this is what it was then, and now I know consistently what I do in the now.
No, I wouldn't suggest that anybody destroyed like all of their old stuff, but it is an interesting idea to, you know, regularly create stuff and then totally destroy it.
Well, let's rank some attachment. You, Chloe, you weren't attached to really anything you decided to destroy today, but that was on purpose for the most part.
Yeah, it was on purpose. There was one sketch that I really liked, so I'm trying to keep it in my head to like redraw later already, which is not part of the practice, but at the same time, maybe it is.
Well, how human of it is to try that,
Yeah.
and then how difficult would it be to actively not do that? And
It would
then
make me not want to do it.
exactly,
It really would.
Like it's such a contrast between those two ends of the spectrum. It'd be hard to be human and then find yourself not somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Adam, how attached to this were you? Obviously, you've got time invested, but it was in a period in your life that is far removed from where you are now. So, like, what kind of kinship do you feel with this piece?
Let me wait till this truck passes.
Yeah, the glorious neighborhood traffic that we have.
Truck just farted. So weird.
It was a diesel truck.
Oh, well. I don't know if it's far removed. In fact, I would say it's almost,
Well, far removed on the clock and the calendar. Maybe not far removed from
Yeah.
where you're at mentally
Yeah.
with your heart.
yeah. No, it was a while ago. But when you're as old as I am. No,
You've not got any white in your beard. What are you talking about?
That's right.
You definitely don't walk with a cane.
No, no. Thomas also hasn't edited out all the times I've said, "Oh, my back."
Yes, correct.
So
Lots of work in
anyway.
post anytime I have Adam on the show.
I have to take my back hurts break,
Let me sit down, Junior.
even though I've been sitting down.
Oh my God.
So it has been a while, but I don't know. It was kind of the point at which I started getting into all this weird kind of sculptural stuff, which I still don't even really view as sculpture, just because I know how much time people spend figuring out how to become sculptors, and I just think of this as an idea that happens to have a 3D instance, because saying like I'm a sculptor, that's ooh, that's
Yeah, you don't feel like you've got a lot of
No.
claim on that title.
I
huh?
do not.
Well, you can make a sculpture without being a sculptor.
You can, but I think only in only in the same way like you can do a drawing without being a drafts person, but
Yeah, I
making
do that
a-
all the time.
well, but I mean, like, you know, like you make a mark on a piece of paper and you did a drawing. So, where was I? Can you rewind?
Yeah, rewind.
Okay.
Rewind.
So
The VHS noises.
I have no idea what I was talking about. Pretty attached to it, but I don't know. I mean, like I got to experience it when I experienced it, and I don't get to experience it as it was anymore. But yeah, it's different now. Yeah.
So, do you think this piece has lived its life and done the thing that it's been intended to do?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
You know, on a website that's like, I think it's by Stuart Simple, you can buy an artistic license, but I don't think you can buy a sculptor's license, unfortunately.
Dang it.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Stuart Simple, are you on their email list?
Oh, yeah.
So, did you see that unknown
Yeah,
thing?
the color changing pigment.
I got some. Did you
You
get some?
did?
I did. So,
No, I
if
didn't get any.
you want to see it, I'll show you.
Yes, I want to see it.
Just since you brought it up, I figured I'd
Yes. I've been waiting for Easy Climb Blue to come back in for like a while now.
say. It changes color from blue to purple. It's not super fast, but the contrast is well enough to be obvious.
I think it is like a color that I saw when I worked in with glass called neodymium.
That it would, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a soft blue and a very purple.
Ooh.
When you say it changes, is it dichroic? Like it changes depending
No,
on
it
the
changes under
angle?
UV light.
Oh, okay.
So I can.
Okay.
It's sitting in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, go get that.
Go get that.
No. No.
But come here. So you just grab it and hold it in the sun, and then shake it around, and you'll see the difference. But it also glows in the dark, and it glows
Really?
brighter than the normal blue glow pigments glow from Stuart Simple, which is really cool.
Yeah, because I got glow pigment before, and it was pretty bright, but when I mixed it with...
What is all that shit in there, Adam?
That's what I was talking about.
God, Jesus.
That's the cremains of that. So that was, these are, that was my senior show, all sort of reduced. If you will.
Okay. It was
Yeah.
deconstructed like a plate of food.
Exactly.
But the stuff glows. So I have the lit glow pigment from Stuart
that's
Simple
so
that is the blue.
See the difference?
Oh yeah.
And the
That's
blue,
awesome.
the blue glow pigment, being blue by nature, glows with less intensity than the yellows or the greens or the pinks. And that I feel is just a little more glowy than the blue regular glow pigment, but not as glowy as like the yellow or the pink. So
See, I'd be intrigued to know because normally when I do pigment in like a clear medium, it can have a tendency to get really streaky or not streaky.
yes, because
I wonder, is
the
that
powder-
streaky?
I haven't used any of it yet. I will happily give you half of this.
Are you serious?
Yes, because
I'll pay
I
for
bought
it.
it just to screw around with. So if you would like to take home some of this to also screw around with, I will happily share.
Yeah.
But since I have it,
That'll be
might
good.
as well share.
Big bet.
Yeah, I'll send you home with some of this.
Just
Thomas-
for that, I won't make any weird noises while you're gone.
Thomas is now shaking part of the powder into drug bags to distribute.
I don't have any blue powder on my nose.
They come with a straw, each bag. If you've ever needed glowing boogers, by God, this is the way to get it.
Pollen ain't enough for you.
It's a ride. But every now and again, I'm on their email list, so I see all the crazy shit that they send out to people, and every now and again I bite. And
Yeah.
since you know that I love glowy things
I do.
and cool colors, I had to get it.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was going to be by the pictures because it changed through all the colors. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah, the email was a bit not super descriptive of what it actually was. It gave me a good enough gist to be like, yeah, I want that. And then I'll
Yeah.
see what happens otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's blue, changes to purple, and glows in the dark. So the metal leafing size, the glue that I use for that, I've also used to apply powdered pigments.
Oh,
to
you have?
canvases.
So you
Yeah.
do the glue first and then you like powder on top of it?
Yeah, I'll
Okay, so
brush
I
the
mix them
powder on.
together.
Well, since I'm not putting it in a clear like paint-based medium, and I use the glue, you paint the glue where you want it, it dries, and then I'll sprinkle it on it and then brush it around to make sure all the coverage is good. But I have, in other pieces, I have mixed it in with a clear base acrylic
Which is
medium.
better?
It really depends on the piece. If I'm doing work like what I destroyed earlier, then I want to mix it into a clear medium. But if I'm trying to do like accent pieces, like the 30 by 26 or whatever the big rectangular piece I had on display the other day at the Spring Chicken Fest, that had the dusted workflow on it, and I've got like metal leaf gold circles, and then around it I've got the powdered pigment that has been glued around
Okay.
and kind of like brushed about in a randomized shape.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it kind of just looks like an aura or a field of that color around the
you.
gold. And it turned out really well in both instances and different applications.
Okay.
So now I'm just like, well, what do I want to do where? Because it all worked out okay.
Yeah.
So it's just another trick in the bag at this point.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm pretty okay with it.
So, but one is like for more detailed, like I want to put this paint specifically here, and the other one is more for like I want it all to look ethereal and almost like a glitter coat, but not a glitter coat.
Yeah, it depends on how controlled I want to be with it. Because if I want to be really controlled and structured with it, I'll mix it in the medium. And if I want
Okay.
it to be really randomized and just sort of like you said, ethereal and about the thing, I'll lay down the adhesive and then I'll brush it around, and whatever pattern it happens to be when I'm done screwing with it, it dries that
Okay.
way, and then I put the pigment on it.
That makes sense. Okay.
It, like I said, so it just really depends on the piece.
That makes sense.
But works great either way. I've really enjoyed working with the lit pigments and all the things. I happen to say I might even have a glowing endorsement of lit glow
gosh.
products.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, hate me for that because I hate me too.
For the viewers, Adam is shivering in his boots.
Yeah, sorry.
There was what is it? Literal disgust I saw on his face.
No.
I think he turned bright green. Speaking
No,
of
it's
color changing pigments.
Jealousy because it was kind of a dad joke. So
Did I beat you to it?
Yeah.
The glowing endorsement. You could see this endorsement in the dark from a mile away.
Oh, brother.
Thank you to Chloe. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Now, you could add a jazz square to that, and it might add some pizzazz.
Are you saying I need more pizzazz?
No, I'm not saying you need anything.
But there could be more.
Right. If
Thanks.
you wanted to. You ain't gotta.
So, Adam, what ashes in here were what were the ashes before they were ashes inside the
Well,
sink?
they were art pieces.
Can you describe the art pieces?
Yeah, so, I studied graphic design. Yes, I'm going to. Golly.
Remember? Another white hair pops out on the beard. Oh,
They're named after certain people. So anyway, so yeah, I studied graphic design in college, so naturally my big senior show was all sculpture.
Naturally.
What? Yeah, so I don't even know. No, I do know. Graphic design by itself is a little. I mean, it's literally flat. And that's just never how I've thought about it. I've just thought about it, again, like being an idea. And, yeah, so, I don't know, I've got pictures of it. It was all, stuff that was either freestanding, or even if it was on the wall, it was, kind of 3D. Thomas is now.
I'm molesting the fuel for the
Well,
fire.
he's trying to get it to burn faster, which is fair enough.
No, this is like the redneck in me that's just like, pump the
Oh,
fire!
okay. It hasn't been stoked in a while.
Yeah. We've been too busy
Yeah, we've been too stoked to be
running our
here.
guns over here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ashes in there. There's a lot of stuff in there.
There is.
Way
So-
more than I expected.
So, well, it was a lot of stuff, though. It was like a gallery's worth of material.
So is this a 12 by 12 inch cube, essentially, or was it a little bigger than that? 'Cause
I think it was. Wait, I'm just counting squares. So 1, 2, 3.
we're talking about the base element here.
Oh,
No, I mean,
listening.
so it's the basic cube is 11 inches, and then it kind of goes out from there another 5, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's large. It's big enough to fill Thomas's
A 22
grill.
inch Weber kettle grill
Yeah,
is what we're burning it in.
it's chock full of art, or what used to be art.
Oh, it's still art, buddy.
Well,
it's just
yeah,
not
okay.
as one would normally describe art as.
It's mid transcendence right now.
It's liminal.
Yeah.
It's intermodal.
That reminds me, I need to use the restroom. So.
No, come back. What are you doing? Why do you run away? So in this moment, in this kettle grill, there is the remains of Adam's thing.
Thanks.
And one side of this cube has busted open to reveal the ashes from the previous installations and gallery shows from whenever this thing was made. And it's slowly toiling away, crackling in the fire. And honestly, it's providing a very pleasant fire sound, except for the neighbor's very unpleasant circular saw sound. But in this moment, I'm just happy that it's not happening at 2 a.m. like it has in the past. Oh, I'm so serious. They've been up all hours after dark using power tools, which I don't really mind. It's just I'll be laying on my couch high as shit, and it'll be 11 o'clock, and be like, damn, there they go with the power tools again. So whatever.
Man is your neighbor.
Hey, look, they're grown asses. They're over there in their own yard. I can deal with a little bit of noise. You ain't gonna catch me fussing. But you will catch me being like, every now and again. How about that
Should
shit?
I poke it?
I mean, you can poke it.
Oh, I want to poke it.
You're a grown ass. You can do what you
I
want.
want to poke it.
I feel like I've been telling people they grown ass all day.
Grown ass.
Well, I mean, you know what you're doing.
Or do I?
I ain't gonna tell you don't.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to hear it.
Well, I mean, you know. It's pretty well built. It's still kind of solid.
Yeah.
Thud, thud, thud.
This is like when you go poke a raccoon on the side of the road to see if you can take it home for stir fry.
You know, I try to stick to the possums, but that's understandable.
Eh. Too many teeth.
You ain't eating the teeth?
I
I like how this has been an unspoken rule no matter what. Like,
Oh, has everybody done that?
most people have done it, and I've done it a lot
I mean,
myself.
it's a nice sound.
It is a nice sound, but like, oh yeah, adult beverages. Like, just
No, it's age-appropriate beverages. So,
are you saying you're not an adult?
so
So what is this? What'd you build that out of? What's that?
that's a long story.
Well, we've been here for a while.
I know, but it's
Do I have your permission
it's-
to beat the
I mean, you can.
I have been without your permission.
You can mess with it. It's just,
Okay, good.
it's it's the world's now.
Right.
But no, that's what I was trying to say earlier. So like, it's funny because in a gallery setting, it's horrifying to see someone reaching toward your work. You know, like,
What's it feel like?
Exactly. Yes. Like, buy it and then
Then experiment
F
all you
it at
want.
home, whatever. It's yours. You can make out with it, whatever.
Yeah, please don't do that to my art. If you buy it, you can do a lot of things.
What
but,
about the petunias?
Oh,
Can I make out with the petunias?
No, but if you sold
Yes.
it, if you sold
that
it, you
is the
wouldn't-
one piece that I will. So, yes.
I think if you sold
Yeah.
it, you wouldn't. care
Adam,
what
do
somebody
you know
did.
what the petunias are?
You don't know what the petunias are.
No.
Will you elaborate?
Yeah, so the petunias are a piece that I made for my senior thesis.
A glorious bit of sculpture, if I say so myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I won't call myself a sculptor, but I did make some sculpture. And the petunias are big. It's a flower bouquet. It's about this tall.
That was a full 34.5 inches because she put her hand just below her hip.
It was,
Yeah. And they're purple flowers that are got some sparkles to represent like dew. And in the middle of 6 of those flowers are different sized penises. And they're made from lavender scented soap. That isn't just any lavender, it's like little old lady Dollar Tree lavender.
Even better.
And at least one of them has a funny face on it. So yeah, those are the petunias. Yeah, you can make out with the
I
petunias.
had to have her lay that on you like that, Adam. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
You're welcome.
Oh.
I'm not sorry.
Oh.
None. Oh, you doing some work.
Oh. Think I just grew a beard hair.
So the interior of this thing is now on fire because there's more flames coming out of this thing than there have been in the last 45 minutes.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna try
What?
this one more time. So,
What?
in a gallery setting,
Oh.
you would be horrified. You can keep messing with it. I'm not
Well,
trying to. No.
My super secret back porch is definitely not a gallery.
I encourage. I mean, in that I don't care. But like in the gallery setting, it's just funny because you would be horrified if somebody reached out to it, like, what's this feel like? I want to touch it. At the same time, that's exactly what you want because you want somebody to be that engaged. But now it's funny because it's like the purpose is we're more or less destroying stuff.
So would you say only people that you approve of can touch it?
No, I don't care. Anybody can just...
I mean, in a gallery. Like, if...
Oh, no. No, if
What?
this is in a
No.
gallery, if it's in a gallery, my gosh, show some respect.
But
What
if
what
you
about
approve?
restraint?
But what if you approve?
Well, I don't though.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Nobody gets this stamp when it's in the gallery.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's
Okay.
different. It's
I'll keep
different.
my hands in my pockets.
It's different. Which
Smoke is
which
in
is
my
a
eyes.
weird. No. I want mess around with it. It's a
I know
pile
the
of
smoke is
ashes.
getting in my eyes.
It's well, you know.
It's not
That's
that I'm
that's the
afraid to
danger of
destroy it.
fucking with
No,
shit.
no. Andy Goldsworthy quote: "Good art hurts."
Ouch!
That's why it's a painting.
Gosh.
Thank you, Frank Reynolds of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That was.
Oh yeah! Oh! I knew if I knocked on it long enough, it was right.
So after repeated whacking, Chloe broke it in half.
You're welcome. You know, I'm just here to, speed things along.
Oh, that is
I'm not gonna stop now.
really fun.
Oh yeah!
She broke it into 3
Yeah,
pieces.
no, it's Whew. It's
This is what we wanted 45 minutes ago.
that is messed up. Yeah, we wanted it. Well, we wanted it 45 minutes ago within the span of 3 seconds. Which next time I'll make sure it's got gasoline inside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Make a mildly compressed explosive when I'm here for it.
Yeah, let's not.
You're not for explosions?
I mean, yes, but maybe not here.
On
Maybe
the back
if we
porch?
took it into the culverts or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then it would
Let's
be
put
okay.
it into the city stormwater system and then blow it up.
Perfect. Perfect.
What do
I'll
we
paint
pay?
it first. I'll paint it in the city, and then we
What-
can put that.
What do we
picture
pay
of it.
taxes for if we can't
They
blow up
love
the
that.
city
Yeah,
sewers?
yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Wait, you pay taxes?
Only when they take
Hey.
them from me.
Hey, what?
Exactly. As far as I'm concerned, debtor's prison is free rent.
Yeah, that's when other people pay for your food and board.
Great. Yes, exactly. You know how much art I could make in prison?
I know. Can I have a sketchbook? Can I have a crayon?
I'm not suicidal. I just need a pencil. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I've seen the stuff Michelangelo did on the walls when he was in prison, and it's decent.
Wait. I didn't
It's
know.
decent.
It's not bad.
Oh, everybody, Chloe's put herself in the corner.
Yeah, I hope I don't get stuck here and burn alive.
You can jump off the other edge.
Well, I've already crawled through one window today, so.
So
That's
jumping
true.
off a deck is child's play right now.
Right. Exactly.
Do you want to recount that story for
Yeah,
everyone? Because
yeah.
I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, so on the way here, I was framing some work for an upcoming show I've got, and I was like,
I'll plug
there-
the show real quick.
Yeah.
plug the show, okay. I haven't yet announced it, but
Oh.
consider this the announcement.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Exclusive KAAP.
Woo, woo, woo! It's going to be at the Sun Sphere, and I have a solo show, and it is going to be May 26th, and I think it's going to be about objects of affection in blue.
All right.
So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, neat.
So
Hey,
it's-
real quickly, I want to hear your breaking into your own place
Yeah.
story.
So I
but-
was framing for that, and I was in my studio, and I look over at my desk, and I saw my keys where they're not normally, and I thought, oh, I shouldn't forget those. And then I went back to framing, and I was like, oh, it's time to go for this podcast thing. And then I lock the door, I start to walk out, grab my keys out of my purse, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what I did? I forgot them. So then I'm like, okay. I walk over to the studio next to me, and I am not super social, so I don't normally talk to other people, so I just kind of appeared at this guy's door, and I was like, I need help.
No, people like that.
Yeah.
It's very direct.
Yeah, I need help. And I had my head in my hands, so hopefully that I looked like I actually needed help.
You must have sold it real well.
I hope so. And then I was like, he came and looked at me like, you spoke to me? And I was like, yes, I've locked myself out of my studio. And he was like, oh. He's like, well, is there an extra key? No. Well, and I was like, and my car keys are in there, too. It's not just the studio key. It's all of my keys. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. It's all of them. And then he was like, oh.
And I said, I don't have a bobby pin, and I'm very bad at picking locks. I've tried before. I'm not
You
quite good
couldn't
at it.
credit card it?
Yeah, no, he cut a cup in half and then decided that was too flimsy. And I was like, I have no idea what is going on right now. I'm just sitting there thinking, and that's when I messaged the group, and I was like, look, guys, I'm gonna be late. So then he did try the credit card thing, and that wasn't working, and then it, like, dawned, well, I also have a studio mate, so I was like, gonna text him. I don't know what he's doing, but, like, emergency, bro! But then I realized that my studio neighbor was outside, and she had just arrived, and I was like, oh, there is my answer. I said, hey, Nancy, I have a big favor for you. And she's like, okay. Once again, are you talking to me? And I was like, so I need to climb through the window in your studio to get my keys. And she was like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. I was like, okay. Knowing that she had to rearrange her entire studio for me to climb through this window, I was like,
You mean she didn't volunteer to catch you when you jumped through the window? Rude.
No. And I knew I'd better go to the bathroom first, otherwise it would be even worse. So I went to the bathroom, and she comes in, rearranges her studio. They've got a stepladder for me. This window is, like, very rectangular. It's about 12 inches wide and maybe about 24 inches tall. And I was like, so I've got to go through this window that's at, like, chest height.
And you were like, my legs are 36 inches long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the hypotenuse is...
Right, so I've got to go through it sideways. So I get on the step stool, and I'm like, okay, Nancy, can I stand on your desk? And she's like, oh, no, not really. I was like, okay, well, I'm standing on your desk. And then I remember that there's, like, a pile of frames with glass in them, like, right below my window. So I'm like, okay, this is great. So I've either got to, like, jump through head first and do, like, a roll on my floor.
She did a vaulting somersault. Yeah.
Yeah, through the window into my studio. And I was like, I think that will hurt. So I go through sideways, and I'm like, my shoulders are kind of stuck, and I'm feeling with my toes to try to see where the frames are, and they think I'm stuck, but I'm like holding on for dear life, like trying to touch the frames below me, like, where am I? And then all of a sudden I just like let go, and then I like vault into the studio and grab my keys. I'd also turned the lights out, so it was just kind of like, yeah, you couldn't see in there either.
Oh, that's great.
So that happened right before this. I've had a very ditzy day. I've been asked why, and I can't really. I don't have a good answer.
That's great.
Not one of us asked why.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's you know.
And
It's one of them days.
You've locked your stuff in your.
and for the listeners, I broke that thing into another piece, so it's slowly being reconstructed.
Ah!
And that nail over there on the corner doesn't look like a pin nail.
It's
It's a
sparkly.
big pen nail.
That's a big pin.
Maybe.
That's-
no,
How many inches?
That's a legit.
That's a 10-penny nail right there.
No, but it's large. Yeah, I don't remember.
That's
This
the
was
biggest. That's the biggest nail in the thing that we've seen so far.
It is. This was like 9 years ago. Wow. Oh. Well, I mean, not much has happened in the last 9 years.
You said, ugh.
Wait. Everything has.
So do you feel like you're letting go of the past 9
I
years?
do
or
now.
Yeah, you do? Okay, good. That's a good feeling. Fresh start. Spring cleaning.
You're gonna sleep really good tonight.
Well, yeah, this is my third giant beer I've had on your back porch, so
The super secret back porch.
just to make it home.
Or not.
Well, if you're not sober enough to drive, you can come hang out. It'll be just fine.
Meanwhile, I live in the fort. The other day I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep so well. I'm gonna leave my window open. 1 o'clock rolls around. There's drunks screaming outside for an hour. I was like, listen.
Ouch.
Only at 1 o'clock? You
Well,
mean
from
it was-
1 to 2.
Oh, just 1 hour?
Well,
That's a privilege in the fort.
yeah, it was one of the better nights.
I've lived there. I've driven across broken
lovely.
liquor bottles. Trust me, I know how
Oh
it goes.
yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. Lived there for a few years now, and I'm
I think I spent
ready for not the fort.
3 years on the fort.
Yeah, I think this is like, I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math right now. I've done enough math today.
Just for the record, I'm not trying to compare, but
You lived on the fort for 8 years.
no,
didn't you?
I did not.
You super senior that
I've,
shit.
I've hung out there, but I live in Fountain City, and
Wait, was that you screaming?
it may or may not have been, but that's not the point. I'm just saying, I live in Fountain City. Do you know how many liquor bottles I have to clean off of?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know where you call home, and I know how close the liquor stores are. So yeah.
I don't know if that proximity has anything to do with that. I think people just drink and throw their bottles out everywhere.
That is true. That also is a thing.
People are terrible. Not us. No.
No, we just throw the cans on the ground in the yard.
Exactly.
Fuck the
Or in
street.
the fire.
Well, that was accidentally on purpose.
Thomas, it's
Yeah,
Earth
no,
Day.
that was a basket as far as I'm concerned.
You pick up your cans on Earth Day.
I picked it up and I threw it right in the fire.
That's true.
I was trying to emphasize the toss, and then all of a sudden the beer can went straight into
It
the
was
bottom
beautiful.
of the fire.
It was beautiful.
You know when you try to make a joke and then the perfect physical punchline happens?
Yeah,
That's what
no.
happened. It'll never happen again.
But it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I'm glad there were witnesses. Goodness.
I don't know. I'm practicing ephemerality and I don't remember anything.
I don't know if that's what that means.
Oh,
She feels
What?
the vague essence of it.
Wait, did I just wake up?
The vague essence of the beer can in the fire. She feels in her heart.
yeah.
But beyond that, there's no tangible.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about ephemerality.
Yeah, why is that the thing you're practicing today? If you care to elaborate.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
I
going to
don't
elaborate what I think, and then if you have alternate definitions, please provide them, because if I sound dumb, I
No, we're going to let you stick with that.
please don't.
We're going to let you stay in.
Please correct
What
me.
is it? Obelisk.
care. He's gonna fact check it later. He always does.
Yeah, always.
Right.
Always in post.
I don't have any strong opinions.
That's not what you said earlier. You
No,
said you
that's-
had strong opinions, they just didn't matter.
Right. So which one is true?
We'll let the listeners decide.
Right. Let's do that. I'd rather not. Decide for myself. Ephemerality. So I had a lot of loss last year. My great grandma died and my dad died, and I just went through a long period without creating, and I've never felt that, to be honest, where I didn't want to make things. I've always felt like I wanted to make things. And I have destroyed art I've made before, and it was a very good feeling. So I think this is an exercise in letting me express myself, because as much art as I create, I'm not very good at expressing my feelings. I hold everything in.
Do you mean verbally or?
Verbally, physically, just I don't know, my body is always tense because I hold things in. All that to say, I haven't really expressed any feelings around my mourning of my loss. So I think this is a good way for me to express things without the fear of, I don't know, rejection or anything like that, even from myself.
So when I told you about this little shindig in February, that's why you were so excited? You're like, hell yeah, let me burn shit?
No, this was an idea that came, it wasn't today, I've been thinking on it for a while, but it came more recently. No, I'm always down to burn shit. I love to explode things, and, even if I just made something to explode. And honestly, this is something I talked about with my therapist a long time ago, is making art to destroy it. I just hadn't found the pathway that felt right, so I think this is a good start to that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thomas and I just did an epic fist bump. So.
yeah, that happened.
One with the little turkey fingers.
And there were some small sparkles that flew out from the moment of contact.
Yeah, those weren't from the fire.
No, not at all.
No.
So I've always been fascinated with the polarity of creation and destruction, just them being the flip side of the same coin. Not that I destroy artwork on a regular basis or, intend to make things to destroy like you elaborated on, but I understand that there are things that I make that I am not particularly a fan of, and I don't know where to go from there once I stop or am finished with them. And I've always found comfort and or delight in the idea of destroying these things in some way. And I feel like that's a not unusual point of view to have on the topic. And it's destroying my art isn't exactly a practice that I've found myself doing. Usually it just ends up in a bucket or a trash can, but that's, you know, in some form or fashion that can be detachment or loss or destruction, but literal destruction with fire in the way that we can't change a damn thing now is a new wrinkle in the fold of this particular practice. It's not one that I've ever felt against or adverse to. It's just, you know, when is a good way for me to do this and not exactly be selfish about it. So having guests and like-minded people around to partake in this activity, I enjoy the act of doing it. I enjoy the act of doing it communally, and being able to take in other people's perspectives while we're all doing the same thing at the same time is a privilege to me. So the fact that we can do all this together and commune and then at the same time share via the podcast audience delights me in some way that I don't really have words for. It's a privilege to gather like-minded people, and it's a privilege to commune, and I'm happy to share and present the experience that we've had here today, and that's what makes me happiest about this whole ordeal.
Awesome.
It is a privilege to have the company of like-minded people, and it is also a privilege to share with a like-minded audience, and I just happen to be the conduit for it in this particular way. And I enjoy being that conduit.
Yeah.
Hearing you talk makes me want to get a paper shredder and weave the little pieces of paper together.
I would love to see you do that.
I think that would
I would
cool.
also
and then
love
maybe
to
draw on
see.
it.
I would love to see you execute the patience that would take.
Oh, I have a lot of patience. I just don't have time on my hands.
Oh, right. That's always the factor,
Like
isn't it?
Penguin and Batman 2.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that series, though, where Colin Farrell's going to be Penguin. I like Colin Farrell as Penguin. That's going to be cool. For the
Colin
record, though,
Farrell?
it's Colin Farrell.
No, it's Colin.
He is feral.
Okay.
He is
I
Penguin.
don't
He's a
know- I
wild
don't know
animal.
Farrell.
Wild animal.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'll also go on record saying that I really enjoyed Robert Pattinson's Batman. Fuck all y'all.
Wait, who is that?
Okay.
I really don't know.
Now I think you have 3 more white hairs in your beard.
I really
think
don't.
I see them.
No,
from
I
here.
really don't know.
So,
Who?
Where's your cane? Did you leave it inside?
if we're going to go with the most pop culture reference possible,
I guess.
Robert Pattinson was Edward Cullen in the Twilight movies. And he played he played opposite Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse, which is one of his more recent projects.
Okay.
But I think he's a talented actor, and he took the character of a Batman in his second year of Batmaning really, really well.
Wait, he was in a Batman movie?
Yeah, Matt Reeves' Batman movie came out like 2 years ago.
I guess I missed that. I'm sorry.
I really enjoyed it.
It sounds cool. I like Batman.
It had Zazie Beetz and what's her face from Princess Diaries in it as Catwoman. It was a really good movie.
Yow!
I enjoyed it a lot. But that being said, I'm just a blanket biased Batman fan. So any Batman media that comes into movie theaters, I'm like, oh yeah,
He's the
Batman
best.
movie.
Yes.
But it was a really neat Batman movie, and I'm happy we're talking about it in some degree. It was inspired a lot by Batman Year One, which is pretty much Batman starting out his Batman-ness.
Do you mean the comic book?
Yeah, the graphic
Okay,
novel of Batman Year One.
It's the best.
Yeah, that's one of the better, in my opinion, Batman pieces of media. So to see a full screen adaptation of some of that being the source material and inspiration was really neat, because I feel like that's a piece of like Batman history that doesn't get explored a lot. He's either like young Bruce Wayne or grizzled old Batman in a lot of pieces of media. So there's no in between like, hey, I'm just starting out being Batman stuff.
No, that's the cool part. I am a giant fan of the 80s Batman.
Yeah.
Where it was all about, 70s and 80s, where it was more about,
It was a well-established character of Batman in that media.
it was also more about the detective work instead of him basically being like an actual ninja.
Yeah. And this
So-
this particular piece of media was a lot about him being an excellent detective and the mental aspect of being Batman, more so the physical aspect of being Batman. Obviously, he ran around and kicked people's ass, but you know, it was more of a story about the mentality of being Batman than the physicality of being Batman, which I really enjoyed. Because we all know Batman can whip some ass, but we don't often get the insight into Batman's mind about how he detective works his way through a lot of the crazy shit he gets to deal with.
Yeah,
And
but-
Batman is the world's greatest detective.
He is. He
So
is.
we need more stories about Batman being the world's greatest
He
detective.
is. Always will be.
So that's where I rest on Batman.
No, I'm right there with you. Woo!
That
Well,
is.
how do you feel about Lava Girl?
I feel that Shark Boy and Lava Girl was an excellent piece of media aimed at the appropriate target audience.
Thank
from
you.
Whatever year it came out.
Thank you.
We
We love to hear it.
I
Oh gosh.
happen to
Oh, no.
enjoy.
Is your back hurting again?
No.
I-
An actual fart didn't happen.
and he moves closer to the fire.
Moved away from the microphone.
Have you been eating those beans I was talking
The
about?
jalapeno beans, yes.
Sorry, that was a, I just really took that and ran with it.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have encouraged you to avoid it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But yeah, you know, Batman stuff, things, detective stories. Frank Miller Batman specifically, because Frank Miller is a crazy old man that writes amazing Batman stories.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Love
enjoy.
it.
Now we're way off topic, but I enjoy Frank Miller as an author and story creator in general. He puts such an amazing technical twist on his stories, and it's so rich with the details that I think Batman was one of the amazing characters he used as a canvas to tell stories. I am thoroughly just involved in Frank Miller Batman stories. I love them so much.
Word.
Bet.
I mean, seriously.
If you, listener, whoever you are, if you don't like Frank Miller Batman stories, get off your fucking ass and go read a Batman and Frank Miller
just,
story.
Come on, stop this.
Pause the
this-
podcast.
This is cool, but
Go
stop it.
Go read Batman stuff by Frank Miller. The Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One, all them jazzes. Go right now. Pause it. Go pick that shit up.
I'll let me just interject. I actually have Batman Returns by my bedside, not because like I'm in the middle of reading it, but I like to pick it up and just like look at a couple of panels every once in a while.
It's gorgeous.
It's amazing.
So
Oh
to that point, I have some of the Watchmen before Watchmen series, and then I have the Watchmen graphic novel in my bedroom on the dresser at all times.
Sweet.
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
The story of the Watchmen and prequels and post and all the stuff of the original publication, that is such a rich story, and it's dense with detail and character development, and the plot lines are so thick. It is just a damn fine bit of storytelling that I will never get tired of. And you know what? Controversial opinion, I enjoyed the movie too. So,
No.
You know what? We have strong opinions on this podcast.
but they don't matter.
You know?
Wait. No, you mean it doesn't matter that people feel differently.
Yeah.
The opinions
I don't
matter.
know what I mean. I'm just saying shit.
Well, she said she had strong opinions earlier, and they don't matter.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
does
strictly,
not matter.
I am strictly following this logic. I have strong opinions, but who gives a shit? So
No.
the
People care.
that's why they listen so much.
It is. I mean, honestly, if you've made it this far, you care.
Yeah, truth. And thank you.
Also, you know, if you're listening to this and you're feeling a little weird about like, I feel like I'm hanging out with people, but I'm really just like on my way to work.
Thank you.
You're not. You are actually hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you are. We're constantly aware of
Of the fourth person that isn't here.
yeah. That's a microphone.
Listener, your avatar right now is a microphone on a stand, and we greatly appreciate your presence.
And you're beautiful. You're, my gosh,
Are you
you're good
flirting
looking.
with the fourth person who isn't here?
Agender, asexual, fourth person. What are you talking about? It's a microphone.
Okay.
They're valid for being flirted with.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I just have to call it like I see it.
That's fine.
I wouldn't say asexual.
So
but-
Batman. well, what sexuality
Oh,
do you presume this
God.
microphone has, Adam? I need to know.
uh,
Electrosexual, because it's obviously not attracted to any one of us, and it is plugged in.
I mean, I
That's
can't.
what she said.
I don't know what you thought was going on when you were like not around the microphone, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe later.
Adam said, "Another one of these beers, you might be looking pretty cute, microphone." I don't know what the listeners thought they were signing up for when they hit play on this episode, but we're definitely far away from that, and I'm happy about it.
Were we supposed to be talking about art? all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
time?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean,
No, we
Batman
can
comics
talk
and
about
graphic
it.
Film is
novels.
art. Film is art. And, you know, there's an art to interacting with people, you know.
There is.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is.
there most certainly is. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Frank Miller Batman, go read that shit.
No, gosh, yeah.
That is my life advice for this week. Go read Frank Miller Batman shit. And watch Batman try to compensate with a suit of armor to try and whoop Superman. So there you go, you know, whatever, hey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been watching something a little different. It's SpongeBob.
Okay.
That's all.
Just no.
That's all.
Tie
Everybody,
it in.
Chloe's been watching SpongeBob and she just needs us all to know it.
Tie it in.
I love SpongeBob. It's my like comfort show that I return to.
It's good.
Yeah.
I have not seen every episode. I have seen. I have been watching Adventure Time for the third time. You know, like exhaustively the way
The third
through.
Adventure Time.
Sorry.
The third Adventure Time.
The
Adventure Time to the Third Power.
yeah. Yeah. Oh shoot! What was I saying?
You've been watching it, the third Adventure Time.
Yeah, you know that's my comfort show. I feel good when I'm watching it.
This wasn't spurred by any of your offspring. This is your adventure.
Well, no, I mean I watch it with my older kids. I'm watching it with my youngest kid now, and it's good stuff.
Well, as a grown-ass man, I've seen it several times myself without the spur of my children. And I don't feel any sort of guilty about that at all.
Well, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying I've got stuff to do. I probably wouldn't. Now it seems like I'm saying.
now as he hears it
damn
come out of his mouth.
Okay, so what I mean, maybe I have to go to the bathroom again. No.
We have strong opinions on this podcast,
So
but
yeah, no, it's a good show. It's a good show. That's all.
I do enjoy it. Pendleton Ward, good stuff.
It's amazing.
And if I had to suggest any other things that he has done, I would say the Frederator YouTube channel with the Bravest Warriors and Bee and Puppy Cat. Good stuff.
I don't even know about.
You don't know nothing about the Bravest Warriors?
No.
Boy, let me tell you about the Bravest Warriors. So, the Bravest Warriors are all the children of a group of intergalactic superheroes called the Courageous Battlers. And they run around the cosmos doing shit. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, well I'll watch it. That's all I
So,
need.
I think the first 2 seasons are free on YouTube, and I think season number 3 is behind a paywall because it started to make money on YouTube, and they're like, oh, hey. What now?
I don't mean to interrupt.
No, too late, you did
I
it.
do see actual screws.
There's a screw?
There's
I thought just
screws,
nails.
There's multiple. Look at
I
that.
see 4 screws.
Look at that.
Look, Chloe, look,
This
screws.
This was built to last.
Let's all
wow,
remark.
that thing is so screwed.
Let's all remark.
it is.
let's
It's
make
definitely
screw jokes.
screwed.
So it
I
looks
don't- do you
like,
think I could put it back together now?
you know what? I think you could put together all of the outer layers, but the initial cube is definitely dust. It would be a smaller cube now.
A
It would,
smaller
it would.
dodecahedron. I
With-
mean, let's
with-
be accurate.
Well, we
here.
got 4 tiers here from the exterior that would definitely work. I can't say that for every side of the dodecahedron, but I think there's some
Yeah.
potential here. If you want to fish it out, I ain't gonna stop you.
No,
You're a grown
no,
ass
no,
man.
no. That's your problem now. I mean, it's out of my hands now.
Well, right. It is in the grill. It's been out of your hands for a while
It
now.
really has.
He said it in here with his hand.
And then that's when he let it out of his hands.
The sheer instant, right then. He said, "Puh,"
Okay,
and there it went.
So
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do, what I've learned from this experience is, maybe for the next vessel, thinner walls, less material, more flammable.
Yes. So
Just in
you're
case.
taking inspiration from the Hindenburg.
Oh my goodness.
Don't act like that's not appropriate, Chloe. Come
I think That
on.
was part
That
of
was
their.
hilarious.
That was part of their like morning design meetings. Like,
Hey guys, it needs to hold flammable gas and be flammable itself. How are we going to accomplish this?
I mean, hydrogen gas is the obvious solution here.
Metallic paint. Let's go. Send
Yay.
it.
Whew.
So I think you have a very clear definition of what needs to happen next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. I do.
I don't have thoughts.
Is tannerite involved next time?
What?
Tannerite.
What is that?
You don't know what tannerite is?
No.
It's an impact triggered explosive.
Oh wow.
Isn't
Wow.
that the stuff that's in the little poppets?
No,
Oh,
that
never
is
mind.
like a flint and some metal.
We'll put some of that in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That way you can just like stand off of a tall building and throw it.
Yeah.
And scare everyone within like 100-foot radius of where it lands.
Neat.
And then run. Or like put on a mustache.
No,
Or
he's,
don't.
he's going to be on top of a tall building. He doesn't have to run all the troubles down there.
Right, exactly.
You just laugh at the plebeians. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Or you could still put on a mustache and a funny hat and go, oh my, wonder who that was.
Sometimes I
I
do
won't,
anyway.
I won't stop you from putting on a mustache and a funny hat. You could even have one of them glasses that has the nose and the mustache on it. And be like, ha ha, I wonder what happened here, and walk away.
My favorite outfit involves a wig from the first nun tap dance, because in that tap dance, I was a monk, and I have the monk wig. And this year for the production, instead of a monk wig, it's going to be old Trav's hair, but he's going to have a hat that he, takes off at some point, and there's a big bald spot.
Is the hair going to come with his hat?
No, it's got a bald spot in the wig.
So I think it would be really funny if he took off his hat and like bowed
And the
or
hair
whatever,
came with?
and the hair came with the hat.
Only if I was bald. Although I am very lucky to be going on a cruise over Thanksgiving, and I've been considering...
This coming Thanksgiving?
Yes.
You've planned it that far ahead?
Yes.
Alright.
I'm considering getting like a skin-colored swim cap so that I can be Pitbull at the
do
pool.
it.
Mr. Worldwide himself.
Mr. Worldwide at the pool.
Do it. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
Bring me the light. That's where she's going.
What?
Bring me the light.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the temperature. But yeah, where are you going on this cruise?
The
The Bahamas? The Caribbean?
The street
Good
address
question.
is fine.
My boyfriend's mom actually asked me to go, so I'm like, yes. I don't care where we go. I'm going. So let me figure this out. I've got an app that should let me know. I think it's the Caribbean.
So you're getting an alcohol pass so you can just be drunk the whole time, or?
I think the ticket is the alcohol pass.
No, so last time my sister went on a cruise, she said the ticket was just for the ride and there was a separate alcohol pass.
Oh,
I know, right? So
It's like $150.
Yes,
Ouch.
but if I'm on a cruise for 4 to 7 days, and
Seriously.
I'm gonna drink
Bahamas.
enough alcohol to make that worth.
Yeah,
the
and
Bahamas.
I like cocktails anyways. Those are more expensive, so it makes more sense anyways.
Yeah.
So the Bahamas, that's where she's going.
It's like
Yeah,
a
get ready for
evening's
Mr.
worth of-
Worldwide in the Bahamas over Thanksgiving.
Everybody, watch out! Come November.
Yeah, you better.
Law.
You'll be unprepared if you don't watch out. Just know that.
So does that also involve like a flesh-colored bathing suit, or you just?
Oh, yes! I want to look like a newborn.
It's like I'm gonna be naked out at the pool, but
Not
not.
just a newborn,
No,
but like
One of those hairy ones.
Oh, you can get the onesie with all the chest hair.
Yes!
I was thinking
And a bald cap.
totally opposite, where it's just
Ooh, and I won't warn his family about it either.
one consistent flesh color.
A
all
unitard.
the way.
Well,
A
I was
morph
A
suit.
unitard with yeah.
I was
Just-
running around. I was driving around downtown the other day, and there was a lady out for a jog. It seemed, and she had like flesh tone bottoms
Oh
on.
no.
They're-
Leggings.
No, it was just like from her belly button to her mid thigh. So just
Oh, like
this.
biker shorts.
Yeah, and they were flesh colored, and she was tan, and they were seamless. So I was like, this chick's that. Oh, never mind.
She had her butt crack sealed.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
I've
what
always wanted to do that.
That's exactly what I
Where
thought.
did she get that done?
Who do you call for getting your butt
How
crack
did
sealed?
she glue her butt crack together?
Seamless.
I've tried that 3 different times and it never works.
What did you use?
Oh, I've tried a few different things.
JB Weld,
Spackle?
E6000,
epoxy,
Super 77.
Scotch tape.
caulk.
Where did you get flesh-colored caulk?
They keep it in the back at Home Depot.
I bet they do. You know, they don't always have people come up to the customer service desk. Ha ha! Hello, I'm ashamed to ask, do you have any flesh-colored
No,
caulk?
they would not be ashamed.
Goodness.
I'm emboldened to ask.
I prefer lavender ones.
Emboldened and emblazoned? Because, you know, fire.
Right.
Yeah, so...
What does the caulk smell like?
Chemicals. 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 And that is the
Not
straightest...
like lavender?
That is the straight-faced answer I can give you.
So
I've never had anybody ask me what the caulk smells like.
You're welcome.
Continuing on from earlier, I am nothing but amused by everyone continuing to stoke the fire and mess with what used to be just artwork. Yep. That's
Hello?
I'm looking you in the eyes,
Thomas.
That was me knocking
Thomas
on your door.
bashing it.
making eye
Bashing
contact and bashing. Do you like this? Does it feel good?
It feels okay.
I like it. I feel good.
It's fun. Oh, now, okay, so this area, look at that. Look at all them screws.
What did you?
That's what she
There's
said.
5 of.
I think that's where I started.
There's 5 of them.
Well, I started and I was like, this thing's gonna last 1,000 years.
He said, "I'm going to throw this at somebody trying to do a B&E,
A what?
breaking and entering."
Oh, yes.
This is a home defense weapon.
No, yes.
At that point.
Yes. Yeah, a little over-engineered at first.
I wouldn't call it that.
And then just straight over-engineered from then on.
Well, I have to say we've made great progress in the last 30 minutes.
I think so.
It's really breaking down.
I think it's been at least almost 2 hours
You
now.
can thank Des and Troy.
Des and Troy?
Yeah.
Are those your biceps?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to say right now it's 5:46, and we started this venture at
my
like 3:30.
heavens. Oh my gosh.
So it's been well over 2 hours now, and this is where we're at.
Thomas, I'm sorry. Everybody's turned it off at this point.
Well, you know
I'll
what?
listen to
It's
it.
a good thing I put the ads in the front. I don't know how much meaningful artistic conversation we've had in the last 30 minutes. But I feel as if it's been a ton.
I do.
And if anybody has missed it,
I do
that's,
too.
that's on them.
Oh my god.
Would you like me to tap dance about it?
Please. So the slippers are certified.
Yeah.
There you are.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
This has been a multimedia presentation. Sorry, y'all on the other side of the microphone couldn't hear it. Me and my radio face would happily present this to you otherwise.
So just for the record, I actually did do dance when I was like, I was very young. It was
What kind of dance? Was it like
four-
creative
I don't
movement?
know. I don't know.
The babies do creative movement, which is just
Yeah,
kind of like
well, it was
figuring out what your body does.
I think it was a little more than that, but I really was terrible at it. I have no. My memory is just not good to do
I always
those
watch
things.
people until like last year.
Well, I can't.
Well, full
Remember
disclosure here, I
things.
did gymnastics until I was like
Oh, that's cool.
in middle school, which was nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was cool.
No,
liked it.
I did too. I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I liked it.
But you did gymnastics too?
I did. Yeah.
That's cool.
I think I was also bad at that though,
Oh.
because
Is that why you don't want to call yourself a sculptor?
I learned how to cartwheel.
it may be. I loved it, but I think my gymnastics coach or whatever said something like, I don't know, I think your body's too tall and everything. And I don't think that's a thing. I
No.
think that
No, sounds like that. He just wanted you out of the class.
I'm okay with that. It's It was polite, but
It was polite. I wasn't offended at the time, but in retrospect, fuck that guy.
well, no,
Yeah.
no. It was polite.
You gotta let him know.
So
Listen, kid,
I did
this
have
is
fun.
not your gig.
Well, I would have probably appreciated that even more. But
Maybe you should try something else, like singing.
like not doing this.
Like anything but this. Should I try to throw this in the fire?
No, you don't have to.
I mean, you can if you want. I can stop
It's,
you, grown ass.
aluminum doesn't really burn at this temperature.
You're right. It doesn't.
Well, what then? What then shall I do with this can?
You can put it in the sink.
Recycling because it's Earth Day.
Oh, I guess I could do that.
All right, so we've got 44 minutes left on my memory card. We've
Wow.
been at this
Oh my
for
gosh.
3 hours and some change now, or 2 hours and some change now. If we would like to gather some final thoughts about this experience and wrap this up, that would be super cool, as to be respectful to each of yours time. That sounds good. If y'all have things to say them now, because I'm going to do the same, and then we can wrap this deal up.
But also,
But,
yeah, I
yes,
think
but,
we're good.
2 T's.
I think it was. I mean,
It was a good time, you know.
I feel like it was a success. That's it.
Succinct. Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks.
that. Chloe.
Yeah, I need to do more of it. Yeah, I feel good about it. I didn't want to continue as Adam's piece burned. I don't know if it's something that I need to do by myself because I'm so guarded with my emotions, or if it's something that I can figure out how to do with people around or not.
Well, that being said, I appreciate you doing this in a somewhat social setting with us.
Yeah,
So that's a good start, I think, to
Thank
figure
you.
out what direction you want to take this.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
no idea, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, you are most welcome, and I'm happy you decided to participate. My final words, I think, is sort of along the lines that I'm privileged to assemble these people and do this thing and enjoy the creation and destruction of such pieces of art, and have like-minded people around me that understand the silly things I try to entertain myself with. Destroying the piece of art that I destroyed helped cement the pieces of this technique or workflow that I needed to learn, and now I know specifically the things that I can do in the future to make that workflow better, more efficient, and have a more pleasing final product. And next time I'll do that shit if I don't forget. So I guess I'm Thomas Zachary. This is Adam and Chloe, and this is an episode of the KAAMP, and that's pretty much it for today. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go hit the record button as I run across the house.